And we're like 45 seconds out too, guys. So
Yeah,
just
there's a
remember
little delay.
And we're back. We are back, baby. We're back on another week of the
Let's
Couch
go.
Coach. Oh my God, football was just a little bit different this week, man. I mean, you got to see who was the real, and we got to see who was the fake. And today we got a very special episode. My guy, Best Show XO. Whoa, the delay is pretty strong right now.
It is.
It
Turn off
is.
your
Yeah,
volume.
it's delayed so you can see those comments, man.
It's okay.
All
We'll
good.
take it. We're gonna take it. I'm Best Show XO. I got my guy Nui here. I got my guy Tim
Correct.
Jitsu here, and we have an absolute special guest today. I mean, look, I could go down the list of the things that you need to know about this gentleman here, and I'm gonna do it anyways. Today we got Aqib Talib, Super Bowl champion, first team All Pro in 2016, All Pro in 2013, five-time Pro Bowl, Jack Tatum Trophy winner in 2007. That means he was the best DB out there, point blank. Consensus All American, cooking, two-time Big 12 All Team. And my favorite thing to say, and I don't even know if you know this about yourself, ranked third all time for defensive scoring. Third all time. Y'all know how many people have played in the NFL? And we got two. We got not one, two. We got the third all time scoring. Aqib Talib, welcome to the show, man. We're glad to
It's
have
amazing.
you, boss man.
Hey,
Welcome to the show,
I
man.
love the intro, baby. And you better believe I know I'm third all the
What do you mean? I looked at it, I was like, oh my God. Look, boy, you better work, dog. This is awesome. Yeah, real talk, man. So we got a badass show coming up today. Y'all know how we like to do it here on the Couch Coach. We run this thing just like a football game. Pre-game, first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter, fourth quarter. We're gonna bring it home for the win. Just like that. We're gonna start
Yes,
this
sir.
Couch
Let's go.
Coach. Look, folks. If y'all haven't done it already, all right. And look, when you got a legend on the show, I expect a couple hundred more of you to come on and follow us after today. But at the Couch Coach Club, that is at the Couch Coach Club, everywhere like air. Come find us and come share your football moments with the squad. But we're gonna get this thing started. First quarter, y'all know how we do it. This is what the hell happened, and the key is simple. What did you see this weekend? What'd you like? What'd you dislike? But I'm gonna start with my guy Tim. Tim, what the hell happened this week?
Man, you know what happened. The Dallas Cowboys ruined Christmas for me in quick fashion. I woke up not feeling great about the game. I turned on the PlayStation. I whooped the Dolphins' ass, and then I felt great about the game. I even saw a guy on TikTok say Dak Prescott was going to throw like 5 touchdowns, and it was a lock. So I was excited about the game, and then we didn't get a first down for like 3 hours, and then I was no longer excited about the game, man. It was disappointing. We were 33% on third down to their 46%. Dak was sacked 4 times compared to 2 as 1 sack. I was furious Sunday, but when I went back and looked at the numbers, not as bad as what I thought. I'm encouraged that the defense held the mighty Miami Dolphins offense in Miami to 22 points with Tyreek Hill. But that being said, I have zero faith that we can win a playoff game on the road, and that includes going to see Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I do not feel good about it because they haven't shown it to me. And so what do I have to say? Yes, we can win on the road. I haven't seen it, and it makes me really nervous. So the Cowboys are, they ruined Christmas.
Man, I'm glad you see it now. I told y'all about this. You don't want to see one of them NFC South teams is getting hot at the right time, and then y'all gotta go play a playoff game. So. It just doesn't measure up to me, and now you kind of see it after these last 2 losses. Man, I'm sorry, Tim. I know it
hurt my heart, man. Honestly,
I know it hurts.
As you can imagine. And then I had to go to dinner after that, and I was in no mood to go to any kind of dinner or be in public or talk to anybody. But that's what happened. So
okay, so I want to be sure here. You said you don't feel they have a chance at all.
Man, I feel like we're gonna beat Detroit this weekend, and everyone's gonna be happy again. But as soon as we get on that airplane, something happens to us when we get on that airplane and we go somewhere else, man. And Baker's hot right now, and if that's who we're gonna go see, it makes me nervous.
Yeah. Okay. I'm nervous for y'all too.
I'm just trying to be a realist, man.
I'm nervous on y'all too, and I'm not even gonna stay there that long because I'm a little nervous about your take, Nui. What the hell happened with you guys?
Oh, my Lanta. That was tough. That was tough, man. Obviously, we faced one of the top defenses, if not the best defense in the league. Brock had a bad game. He had a really bad game. You can't turn the ball over 5 times and expect to win a game, right? It's happened a few times, but obviously we didn't convert when we needed to. We were pressing. I felt like Kyle Shanahan was really forcing the issue to give Brock Purdy the MVP. Like, that's not how we roll, right? We're balanced. We're balanced. We run the ball well. We sustain drives. Brock hits the play action, bootlegs. Guys, some guys are wide open. Then he'll make some tight window throws. I mean, we had 300-yard guys, and we still didn't win. I mean, we led in yards and time of possession, but when you play a guy like Lamar, and he's 20-1 right now in the against NFC teams, the only guy to beat him is Daniel Jones, which is asinine to me. But Lamar will suffocate you, man. He'll make you pay. He's the most dynamic player in the league to me personally, and I think when you give him a double-digit lead, just like the Cowboys, just like the Ravens and Niners, they suffocate teams because they can turn the ball over defensively. And you give the ball up 5 interceptions, man, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
I mean,
the kid's got to figure
tell
it
me
out.
something, because
what's up?
It feels like a weird time to be trying shit.
It does. He got too cute. He got outside of what he does
This
best.
is the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, you
know
can't
what I mean?
do that.
So do you still feel high and mighty about your guy?
I do. I mean, listen, it's 2 tip picks, 1 hit his arm. Obviously, that's football shit. It happens, right? The first pick in the red zone, totally on him. 100% on him. Take the underneath or check down versus 6-man front. Come on now. 6 in the box, you got to run it with McCaffrey. That first drive, we didn't even run the ball. So that just let me know Kyle's a little outside of what he's doing. And I didn't like that. I like that balance because you get the best out of everybody when you got balance. And so hopefully we get it back together.
No, are y'all still a contender?
Absolutely.
Or did this kind of suck the life out of you a little bit?
Oh, we're contenders. We just ran into a monster that's been dominating like that for the past 20 plus years since the Ray Lewis era. They got that attitude, man. They don't lay down for nobody. They don't lay down for nobody.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Well, which kind of brings me to mine, you know what I mean? Because there hasn't been too many teams that have made the 49ers look like they did, you know what I mean? And the Vikings were absolutely one of them. But, for the last couple of weeks, it's been a little bit of a downpour for the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? I think the injuries have started to stack up. You know what I mean? At first, it was like, okay, you can overcome Kirk Cousins. You bring in Josh Dobbs, and that don't work out, but you're still kind of in the mix. You know what I mean? And then you bring in Mullins, and, the guy threw for 400 yards. Did y'all know that?
Yes.
He threw for 400 yards, but he had 4 interceptions. And if we continue to be the team that leads the league in turnovers, it's not going to convert into a playoff berth. And unfortunately, I think that showed itself this week. But I don't want to talk about the bad team. I want to talk about the good team. The Lions did what they were supposed to do. You know what I mean? This team, unfortunately, they play in a weaker division, but they're able to heat up at the right time. You go beat the Cowboys right now, you can go rest everybody at week 18, and the Lions are sitting in a really, really good situation. That was a very huge win for that organization. They haven't won a division in a long-ass time. So I think that spark alone is going to put them in the driver's seat, especially after all these other teams are losing. These good teams are losing. These Cowboys where it looks shaky, the Eagles where it looks shaky, the 49ers where it looks shaky, and then all of a sudden the Lions coast because they get that home game against a bum. I don't know. I really like their chances moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
But the key, man, what did you see this weekend? What the hell happened?
Oh, man, this weekend, I had a bittersweet weekend like Tim. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go to Miami this weekend, take the fam, take the boys, take them on the field pregame. They got to meet Tyreek and Jalen.
Nice. It
was a great Christmas for those boys, man. But, I was kind of pulling for them Cowboys, man. But I seen Dak put together a great last-minute drive. He just unfortunately left a little bit too much time on the clock for Tua.
Right.
But, I'm always going to be pulling for the boys. But I definitely got to see a great game. My boys enjoyed Christmas, man. So that's what the hell happened for me, man.
Your name is inked for a couple of franchises. You know what I mean? As probably one of their better players to ever play, and you are still to this day you are a diehard Cowboys fan.
Yeah. I was a Cowboys fan before I even put on any NFL jersey. I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, bro. A Cowboys fan.
Fan.
When I live here and I'm retired now, and it's hard not to pull for them guys, man. So I know a lot of the players, and I always pull for them guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I pull for some of my former teams too.
Yeah.
But I pull for them Cowboys.
Pull from Cowboys. You know what? And Tim, I'm not gonna lie to you because you know how I feel, and I've said this before. I hate the Dak Prescott slander. You know, I get tired of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. That's my guy.
You can't talk about great
This wasn't
quarterbacks
on
or
him.
not even
This
say
game's
great.
not
You
on
can't
him.
talk about good quarterbacks and not put him in that category, because if that's the case, then there's a whole bunch of them that are not very good. So I really appreciated that last drive, and I'm like, okay, let's
Oh, that
go,
was good.
Dak.
Yeah,
You know, let's go,
that was
Dak.
damn
This is what
good.
we've been waiting
Great.
on.
And we, you know, I kind of have this I've had a hate relationship with Dak for a long time, you know, based around the Tony Romo situation.
Not the
And
hate,
then
hate.
There was
Not
yes,
the hate.
and then there was just so many times where games where I thought Tony would have won that game and Dak lost the game. So I held Dak to a standard that maybe was unfair. And here this year he has ascended to I'm not going to say elite, but he's definitely in that upper tier of quarterbacks now. And yeah, he pulled off that drive. This game's not on him. If you watch the all 22 on the last 2 weeks, nobody's getting open. There's no separation.
No separation.
There's very little imagination. There's very little motion. And the biggest concern, and I've been saying this all season, we don't have a running game, right? This is why I have Zeke Elliott on today, because
You
I
miss
miss
him.
Zeke, and what the hell were we doing letting him go? You know, Tony
Definitely.
Pollard got
Yep.
manhandled at the 1 yard line like a rag doll. Zeke goes in the end zone on that play. And then we never have to try to hand the ball off to a big old white fullback who probably hasn't taken a handoff in who knows how long at the goal line and fumbles. And then the whole game goes to shit because we don't have Zeke Elliott. Don't get me on this tangent, man.
Oh man, get your blood pressure going, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't on
It's
him.
even more so than Zeke.
What's that?
I feel that. Tim.
It's more so than Zeke. It's just if you knew you weren't going to retain
Yes.
Zeke, then you need to be responsible enough to replace him.
In the offense right now. And,
Big hole. And we didn't, at least if we were active and went out and got Leonard Fournette, I would have been okay. But no, we let the Bills go do that. We just let him sit out there, even though early on we had red zone troubles. We couldn't run the ball in the red zone. I don't think they'll get a back like Leonard Fournette, who that's his specialty at this point. It's really frustrating. And sometimes I wonder, what are they doing from a front office standpoint?
I mean, I don't even know if it's Leonard Fournette, but it's just a back. I don't think Tony Pollard is the Thunder.
He's not.
Mm-hmm.
So we got
exactly.
Yeah, put him in space.
I just personally don't think that's his role. I think
He's not an every down guy.
Big play guy for us. He are Debo, so to speak. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think we just got him playing the wrong role, but I think McCarthy will get it together, man. There's somebody on that bench. Running backs, hey man, and premium.
So we
Somebody on
got
that bench.
some of our
Get in there, let them
live
All right.
chat going right now. Just wanted to point
100%.
that out.
I love that.
My man Jeremy Hand said Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yes, sir.
And so Juan V said, I love the Dak slander, so he wants all the smoke.
All the smoke.
Well, you know what?
That's my guy, man. That's my guy.
Real talk,
Dakota
let me say
Rain,
with
man,
that.
he does his thing. I can't even.
Well, since shout out. Jeremy is a avid watcher. He's been on the show before.
Yep.
He is a diehard Chiefs fan.
For
And,
sure.
I don't think we can miss a what the hell happened without talking about that debacle.
Uh-oh.
Are they in
That's been
trouble?
A whole season of debacle.
Are,
Really.
are they in trouble? Because I mean, if they avoid the Ravens, they're still fine.
Are they?
I don't never worry about the Chiefs. It's Pat Mahomes, it's Andy Reid. That's the bloodline of winning. So when it's the bloodline of winning, you can stumble, but even when you stumble, you 11-5 or whatever their record is right now.
It's still fine.
That's a stumble year for them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that's saying a lot when I'm 11-5 in third place and I'm stumbling. So
And still 2 games up in the division with 2 games left.
exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. So that's stumbling for the Chiefs. So Chiefs gonna be just fine, man. They'll be in the championship. They'll be one of the final 4 teams in the AFC.
Oh,
Let me
Bold prediction.
bring up a crazy scenario here. Now, I mean, there's no chance that the Chiefs lose the next 2 games, right?
you hope not. But they did lose to the
It's
Raiders.
looking
so
shaky,
really
man.
Anything can happen at this point.
Now, look, they got the Bengals and they ended with the Chargers, who shouldn't be winning anything.
No,
But,
the
the Raiders
Chargers
winning that
held the
game.
Bills.
But they
the
fight.
Chargers.
The
They
Raiders
fight.
winning that game, they can still win the division.
Chargers tanking.
You think they tanking?
But tanking, they
Yeah,
almost
Chargers,
beat the
once-
Bills.
Once that quarterback go down, it's draft time.
So
They almost
so
beat the
Key,
Bills.
tanking is real in the NFL.
Hey, it's yeah. They even tell you how they do it.
I've always wondered how you make
This
how you
they-
make
this how they
53
tank.
just say
Nah, that's how they tank. You just tell the vets, we gonna play the young guys today. We gonna let the young guys spin. We gonna let what that mean? We ain't putting our best on the field, so we ain't making the playoffs. We're gonna try to see what some of these guys look like in game situations. It's you're really playing real football, but I'm not putting out my best 11. So therefore, I call it tanking if your best 11 ain't out there.
I got you.
That's real.
You been on one of those teams?
Yeah, I got in an argument with Vance Joseph before. He told us we was playing the young guys. And I said, so shit, we tanking. He's like, nah, we ain't tanking. Like if Lee's not in the game, we tanking. And it just so happened, look, it just so happened that was the first game of Patrick Mahomes' career. They brought the starters out. Lee put on a jacket and got to watch Patrick Mahomes go to work on the Broncos. My last game as a Bronco, and we knew Patrick Mahomes was born. Me and Chris Harris was on the sideline talking about it like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the real deal, man. So
damn.
I feel like once they take out the starters and stuff, we was tanking. They trying to see the young guys. Nah, we trying to see how we can draft.
Are you still much of a Broncos fan at all, or do you?
Oh yeah. I'm a big Broncos fan, man. I think Russ did his thing, like this weekend. So you see all over Instagram and stuff today is Russell might not play, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Because I was gonna ask you what the hell happened there.
That's a business situation. I'm saying they don't want to get him hurt. They want him healthy while he's playing good. But if they don't put Russ out there, are they giving themselves the best chance to win the game?
No.
They're not giving themselves the best chance to win the game if you're not putting Russ out there.
You know what I don't like about that, Aqib, is that we rag on players if they want to hold out and not play, or they hold out of a game, they don't want to play, but yet the organization can come in and Russell wants to play and they bench him. How's that fair to Russell? How's that fair to the rest of the other 52 players on the team? And what about the people? Good money, because I've looked at those Broncos tickets. People pay good money to go see their quarterback, their favorite guy, Russell Wilson, play, and they pay all that money. And now Russell Wilson is benched when he has similar numbers to Mr. MVP Lamar Jackson. So how are we benching? I mean, we can tell that the relationship isn't good, right? Between Sean Payton. I mean, Sean Payton ripping him on the sidelines.
I mean, it's the business,
wasn't a great look.
Sometimes it just come down to the business of it, man. Okay, healthy. They might have to move him around or whatever the reason they say. They want him healthy, and ain't even no reason, ain't no point of him playing right now. It's time to,
do you think this will be a trade situation? Do you think they will be moving on from Russell Wilson at this point?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't. If I was in charge, I wouldn't. But
he had a very efficient year.
I think what's been efficient about it all.
Sean Payton just doesn't seem to like him. Outside looking in, it doesn't look like Coach likes his quarterback very much. Yeah. Which is
the confusing thing to me is they're not mathematically out.
Right. Exactly. Also true.
No, I think
so
they are
you know what I mean? I can see that next week.
You said they are
you're not
out?
even out yet.
I think they are out. I don't think they can make it. I seen something that said they eliminated.
If they can get to 9 and the Raiders lose out.
I think it'd be a tie, and they'd lose the tiebreaker, even if they won.
One of those tiebreaker things. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're sitting at 12 right now, man.
Yeah, I seen something that said they eliminated for sure.
Wow.
Yikes.
Well, man, we got a Broncos fan in here said Broncos to lead, my favorite to lead. Yeah,
all right.
There you go. And somebody said not a Peyton guy. He's gone. I don't know, man. You can't get rid of Russ, man. That's too efficient of a year. I know he has some hiccups, but damn, what quarterback hasn't had a hiccup this year?
Man, I've seen everything that happened in the business. I've seen it.
Cutthroat, my lord.
So quarterback play's been down across the league this year. To be fair,
yeah,
that's a fact.
That's true.
All across. I got one more game to highlight for what the hell happened. And I want to start off by saying, hey, I know CJ Stroud didn't play, but is it just me or are these Cleveland Browns for real?
Them boys cold.
Browns are for real, bro.
They're cold.
You get a defense like that and a quarterback that's been there, they're dangerous.
It's the trenches, man. O-line, D-line. Browns getting to it up front. They whooping everybody up front.
Yeah.
They even threw the Bengals. I mean, they even threw the Ravens around a little bit. So
yeah, they play them tough.
Front, man.
They see Lamar every year, though. They see him twice a year, right? So it's a little bit different. They got some really athletic guys as far as on the D-line. I think Joe Flacco, like I was saying on the QB huddle, what makes this so unique is Joe Flacco's already been in this kind of scenario for such a long time. with a great
With this
defense,
type of team.
tough tenacity. Like all you got to do is take care of the ball. Just so happens, you got Amari Cooper, who just went off for a crazy game.
I want to talk. I want to talk about that because the main thing I want to bring up, about Joe Flacco is we've seen some good Joe Flacco play, but I don't think we've seen a 4-game stretch of Joe Flacco like this.
Playoffs?
Sure we did in the playoffs.
Playoffs?
That
he had a
368,
cemented him in the Hall of Fame.
311, 374. I don't remember this Joe Flacco.
Well,
they were running the ball in Baltimore.
But he was
chunking that thing.
He was chucking it.
He was chucking it, bro. They talked about him getting in the Hall of Fame just off that playoff stretch that he made with the Ravens.
He had game winners. Like he threw the ball over Raheem Morgan. That's 70-yard bomb in the AFC Championship.
Oh man, we don't want to bring back flashbacks, bro.
Hey man,
you gotta get.
So
I want to be on.
I
want to be on record here since we brought up the Browns because on the QB huddle we went through the playoff structure. And I did predict the Cleveland Browns would host the Buffalo in the AFC title game. So I want to go on record on this show that is what I see happening.
The chips are in.
The number 6 seed Bill will play the number 5 seed Cleveland Browns for the rights to go to the Super Bowl.
You gonna bet on that, Tim?
No,
right? You want to bet on that? It's like, what?
Hold on now, Tim. Let me make some money.
My man is reckless right now.
I don't think that's so reckless. I really don't think it's that reckless. I really don't. When you look at who's going to play who and the fact that the Bills had a long season, but the Bills are the Bills again. And they're dangerous in the AFC. Dangerous. Josh Allen's playing out of his mind. And they can run the ball. Uh-oh.
Well, since you brought up Josh Allen, I think that's going to segue into our next segment. This is the second quarter. It's been a lot of talk about quarterback play and about how you play the position. Are you a game changer, like Cam says, or are you a game manager? And what's the difference? And if you're winning games and if you're in the MVP race, is it bad to be a game manager? I don't know. But what we're going to do here is we're going to roll through every division. I want you to tell me who is the quarterback in the division that is a game changer, and it might not be one in that division. And if it's not, you will just assume everybody else is just simply a game manager. But let's pop it off right there in the AFC East. Is there a game changer in the AFC East?
Are we using game manager as a negative term at this point? Because I thought we got. I
don't even want to be that negative about quarterback play. I really want to be positive here on the couch, coach, guys. So I want to talk about the guys. If you're a game changer, let's talk about the game changer. I'm assume the rest of the guys are just pedestrian bus drivers.
There you go. All right.
So for one, this is a little bit of an interesting topic because I think Aqib has seen both sides of the field. He played with two of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, right? And Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and then he played with a guy who was very consistent when he was there, and Jared Goff, right? So you see both of the realms there, but I think this is going to be a great topic going in.
He was part of the soul stripping of one Cam Newton,
and he played Cam Newton
a couple of weeks ago.
So how do you prepare for it?
The guy who's talking about game
stripped his damn soul in 2015.
It's interesting. Hey, look, y'all! I told y'all, not 1, 2, top 3 all time. It's people playing football every day, all day, and this man is top 3 all time, getting to the end zone from the defensive side. That's crazy. I can't wait to hear these takes.
I don't know. I think a game. I think when we do this, we're gonna categorize the quarterbacks and see who game changer, who game manager. I just say when a coach called a play, if the play he called is not there, and you do something on your own to help the team win, that's a game changer. If you're not doing that, then you just a game manager, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's
your job as a quarterback is to manage this offense, protect the ball. You can win Super Bowls like that.
100%.
So, Tom Brady did.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with being a game manager at all, but game changers, you're gonna see them in game-winning drives. They're gonna show up like Tom Brady did. They don't have to use their legs. Or when plays break down and they use their legs to create something out of nothing, both of those they stamp you as a game changer. So you don't have to use your legs, but you got to be like Tom Brady in the fourth. Or you got to be like a Cam where it breaks down and I use my legs and I change the game because of me. So I feel like that's the standard. That's the game changer and the game manager. I mean,
Well,
it's
Right.
not to
Keith,
say
I've been
that
kind of
Tom
saying
Brady-
this for a while
some
now.
game changers are very limited in other facets of the game, so they have to be able to do that, right?
and some game changers try to change the game so damn much that they lose it. Like
Man.
Allen. He's a game changer, but he loses it a lot too because
Right.
he's trying to change it
Preach.
too much. So
you
it don't
stop
game
doing too
changers
much.
don't necessarily win because Cam is a game changer, but his ass ain't win.
Yeah, he never. He
So you ain't got no chip. So-
You heard that?
Well, okay,
Mm-mm.
that's interesting. With that being said,
come on this show anytime.
When
Anytime.
it- oh, here you go. Here you go.
Here you go.
With that being
That was
said,
music
let's
to your
go ahead and
ears.
let's start this experiment. AFC East. You got Josh Allen.
yeah.
Game changer.
You got Tua. You got
Game
whatever's happening in New York, and probably a replacement in New England. Is there a game changer in that division?
Well, there's two
I
of
say
them.
Tua and Josh Allen.
Tua and Josh.
Yeah. Tua is more of a manager than Allen is, but Tua does. All of a sudden, he sees the blitz coming, changes Tyreek Hill to the hot route, hits him, and he goes 90 yards. Yeah, Tyreek's
until
fast as hell.
Tyreek
Guess who made
Hill
that check. Guess who made
until
that happen?
Tyreek Hill has an ankle injury and he's not in the
Okay, they
game, and
scored
then he
30
looks
points.
very
And they still
pedestrian.
won 30 to
No.
0. Listen.
They scored 30 points without Tyreek Hill, who were fighting to stay alive. So you can't tell me that Tua is or a simple game manager because he makes things happen because he's extremely smart.
And he throws with such great anticipation. I mean,
does.
he has some of the best
does.
all 22 film. If you go
It's
and
Tom
watch it,
Brady like.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Like
He throws
he
the ball
probably
before
Brady like-
receivers are
yes.
looking, man.
It's in sync. Things are moving. Now he gets a little bit of muddy feet sometimes. I would like for him to work on what he was doing at
Yeah.
Bama. Just kind of escape a little bit, throw the ball away. Let's not get you sacked here. Right? You're great at what you do. And I love
We only-
watching Tua throw in the
we only
pocket
got
and
2 and
rhythm.
1.
I think it's difficult with that cast of wide receivers thinking like, you know what, if I just hold this one more second, I know one of those guys is going to be open.
But he
Yeah,
lets
but he
it go
doesn't do that a
early.
lot. He doesn't really hold on
Yeah.
to the ball like Josh Allen.
It's in
Nah.
rhythm, man. It's in rhythm. I'd love to see him get
So-
to third and fourth read, but for that 1 and 2, those guys are dynamic.
So nobody mentioned your old team, the Patriots. I mean, is that quarterback situation over with? What happens now?
Yeah, they
Bailey's
rebuilding
happy
now. I
they
think
got
they lost Hope and Matt Jones, so they're looking for the next guy right now.
How you
They
like
got a hot
Zappe?
pick,
And it's
so
not
they
Bailey
have a
Zappi?
good shot.
It's not.
Nah,
we're not giving Zappy that shot.
No.
He's a good backup though.
I like his
backup.
edge. His little, he's got
Good
moxie
backup.
to him.
He
I like
does.
it.
There's
He-
enough.
he actually
quarterbacks in this
cares.
draft, The Patriots can get one.
He
He
makes
got
me
that on a
excited.
good backup vibe.
Okay.
Say,
Okay.
what
Okay.
Ain't no wrong with that.
what about Russell Wilson headed to New England? What do we think?
Very
about
interesting. So that's gonna let's go into the AFC West then.
that? Just a thought.
I think Mahomes is probably unanimous. Game changer.
Easy. The game
Justin
changer.
Herbert,
Yeah, the
probably unanimous.
Top guy.
Game changer.
Game
Herbert?
changer.
No way. Who putting
Uh-oh.
Herbert at the game changer? What?
oh,
What game did he change?
here we go.
Uh-oh.
Yes, thank
Uh-oh.
you.
You still want him on the show,
What game did
Tim?
he change?
Thank you.
Huh?
What's the problem with Herbert though? I don't understand. The guy
Well, let's
threw for more yards than Dan Marino his rookie year. Why are we bagging on Herbert right now?
because
He
yards
plays
just
on a
said,
terrible football team.
we could rewind this 28 minutes to talk. We done named about 3-4 quarterbacks who got a bunch of yards but 4 turnovers. Like yards don't win games. Yards
Okay,
is a
but
fluff stat. If I'm
how
beating
many
you 30
times-
to 13, you're probably going to throw for 280 something because we playing cover 4, letting you throw all the checkdowns underneath. So yards is a lie. Like yards
I
don't
agree
tell the
with you.
story of a player. That's
You can get
fluff.
some empty calories.
Yep.
But what
Yeah,
about the
it's a bunch
times
of
when
fluff
they
in
go
that.
down and score, and then the defense goes out there and lets the other team go right down the field, which we saw a lot early in the season this season with the Chargers.
I saw the Chargers in the playoffs up 4 touchdowns and not score for like 2.5 quarters. Nothing.
And that
No
was a
game
long
was
time
changed.
ago too.
Herbert ain't
Yeah.
changed nothing,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay.
I love it.
I agree.
I say that he's got just one. They just got Mahomes.
Yeah.
It's Mahomes.
I meant the West. AFC West just got one.
Right,
Just
and
So
one.
that-
Russ
that's
is not a
what
game
Russell-
changer.
Russell's
That's
not a game
assuming
changer
Russ's
anymore?
exit, right? Or do you consider Russ in that game changer category?
Oh, I forgot about Russ. I put Russ there before I put
Herbert.
Herbert.
Thank you.
Herbert there.
He's proven.
Like it.
He's proven.
I like Herbert. When I watch Herbert throw the ball, it's just so pretty. It's like a work of art. the way he throws.
Yeah, it is. It is.
He threads it.
But I mean,
But I gotta respect that. Maybe he's not a game changer. I like his future. I like what can happen for him.
Right.
If they get him an
definitely.
offensive minded coach, I
Right.
do like what we see there.
There's a lot missing.
Of course,
in LA for sure.
Mahomes is Mahomes. So are y'all out on Aiden O'Connell? Is he even going to
Game
be a
manager.
starter
Too
next
soon.
year?
Too soon.
yeah, too soon.
I like what he's doing, though.
Okay,
It's not bad.
AFC North game changers.
Oh, you already know who it is.
Lamar Burrow,
Lamar and Burrow, for sure.
Flacco. Nah, I'm playing.
You know what though? Isn't Flacco right now? Flacco has come in and changed the game
Goes
for the Browns
balling.
because they had no
He
offense
has
before
changed the
him.
game.
Let him cook.
Hey,
But
Let him
maybe
cook.
Joe Flacco.
08
So
draft,
would you say
baby. Flacco 08 draft? Put on for us, Flacco. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
is Flacco just a premium game manager?
I think he's a
He's a
premium
game manager with
Yeah.
game-changing
It's not there.
ability.
He's not really going to use his legs to create nothing, and I don't feel like as of lately, you know, we can't go off the Super Bowl run. That was too long ago. So as of lately, he's been good as a Brown, but I don't think he's been really coming in clutch and winning games in the fourth. So I can't put him as a game changer right now. But I mean, he got history. He got a great history though.
So this is a real active live chat right now going on in this. And I just have to get to some of it because it's just blowing up, right? So what we're looking at, my man Nard said Chargers struggle controlling the run game, too much volume throwing the ball. Keith, you attested to that. A lot of fluff yards, right? Then we got is Watson. They said Houston's Watson was a game changer, but is Cleveland's Watson a game changer? We forgot about him,
He's
right?
coming back with form.
I want him to be
I
good
think
so
he back
bad.
with form, but since he's been on the Browns, he hasn't been a game changer. But you know, he got a quarterback is hardest position in the league. So once you sit out a year, it's like you never played football before. You gotta
it's hard to get that
I
back.
think he will come back to being a game changer.
I hope so, man. I really
Will
hope
it be
so.
in Cleveland though? Will it be in Cleveland or will Cleveland move?
Hell yeah.
They have too
I
much
think they
I
investment.
hate for them to spend all that money for nothing.
I think they like him in Cleveland, man. I think he was
He was doing good
injury
before he
situation
got
was
hurt.
kinda, you know, they ain't really knowing what was going on with it, but
God.
he was hurt, man. He a competitor, so he was hurt.
But
I think
Houston's
he's
started to
hurt.
look
Love
like
him. That's why
himself,
they paid
didn't
him, and I think he'll be there for the long run.
dude.
He did, man, but he
start to
wasn't
look
able to
like
get his
himself
normal
before he got hurt,
therapy
so.
that he normally got. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it made it a little bit slower for him to come back. Give my man his
Man.
massages so he can be right.
Something.
Yeah.
Little dubs.
Lots of massages.
All right.
That Houston
Look,
Watson was
hey,
a problem, boy. Oh my
What?
God.
Because
He's
he
one
was
of my favorite
loose,
quarterbacks.
man.
He was getting hella
He
He was
therapy though
loose.
in
He was
Houston.
feeling
Clearly.
good.
You know what I'm saying?
He had some therapy. He had a little bit of therapy,
Hella
okay?
therapy,
Yeah,
dog.
a lot of
He
therapy.
had
Therapy
some
important.
therapy,
AFC
okay?
South.
We're going to call it
Gotta take care of
therapy.
your
We had
body,
some
man.
therapy.
Gotta take care of your body.
Therapy, okay. AFC South. We talked about this last week about the stability, and I thought this division might be the most stable as far as the future goes. I know it's crazy to say in the AFC South at the quarterback position, but are there game changers in this division?
I
There's
think it
one.
is.
There's
CJ
one.
Is it just one?
CJ.
CJ?
Anthony Richardson
I think it's just one
might
too.
be.
Just to be clear.
AR-15 might be, but he
Sure.
needs to learn how to stay healthy. He has
He gotta
all
slide, get out of
all the
bounds or
traits to
something.
be a game changer. Minshew's really not, although he does make some big throws, and he'll give you. A
Minshew,
300.
the one got the coach popping right now.
I know.
Premium game
But
manager.
so is Flacco. So is Flacco. If Flacco's not a game changer, how is Minshew a game changer? They're both doing the same thing.
He's not.
Man,
He managed the game well.
He's a
magic.
great game
He's making
manager.
magic. There's
That's not a
nothing
bad
wrong with being
thing.
a game
I
manager.
don't know. I don't know if the coach to be. I don't know. Hey,
Oh boy.
Minshew can create. I just like how he create. He remind me of like my college quarterback Ty Reesing a little bit.
Yeah.
He just use them legs to keep a play open
Yeah.
and get it downfield.
Right.
And when he
Like
come
him,
in, he win. He win when he come in. When he was a backup in Philly, he won.
He wins.
Not all of a sudden, AR-15 hurt. It's over for the coach.
He always
they
wins.
winning
Yeah.
like, come on, bro. I'm attracted to winners, man.
Yeah.
And Gardner Minshew is the winner, and it ain't all on time like Purdy, and it ain't like that. He creates. He win in the fourth.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey,
He
hey,
just
hey,
makes
my
it-
guy.
he makes it
If
tick.
he
I mean,
pops
and
up
it's
in these
kinda-
playoffs, I'm gonna be vouching for him as a game changer.
Straight up. Okay.
We
Okay.
hear a lot of scrutiny about that. Like if you're winning, I think you might should be a game changer because you're
But
changing
I
the
feel
game.
like it's
if you
how
didn't
you win it
win.
though, because Purdy win, right? And he drop back 1, 2, 3, bam, he throw it on time. I mean, it's like a system to me. I feel like that San Fran machine is a system, man. They could plug in a lot of guys who can be successful in that system. But
I don't know. We've seen a lot of
I don't know.
We've
Okay.
seen a lot of guys play
No,
under
no.
Kyle Shanahan, and none of them have looked as good as
They don't
Purdy.
look like
Not
that.
a single one of them. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks under Kyle, and none of them looked as good as Purdy.
He's just a
Keith,
baby.
I'm with you. I think
There you
you
go.
take that 49ers roster and it's insert quarterback. All of a sudden, for a couple of seconds, the other day, I was like, "Damn, is that Sam Darnold?"
Hey,
Wait a minute, is that Sam? That ain't Sam.
And we all know Sam has a better arm than Purdy. I mean, it just jumps off
No,
at
but
him,
it looked
right? We get it.
good. It looked good.
It did.
I like how Purdy did.
It did.
I like how
I
he did.
like Purdy, man. That's my
Purdy
guy.
plays the
DB,
game with
man.
his mind, and I'm attracted to quarterbacks that play the game with their mind. I like that.
He's good,
That's-
man. He just had a couple
I-
bad
I-
breaks.
awesome.
To me, a lot of guys have had spurts in that offense where it's like, "Ooh, that boy looked good." Like there was a moment where in 49ers, I was CJ Beathard. I was like, "Damn, CJ, okay." Nick Mullins had
Nick
some moments.
Mullins did too.
He had some
Couple
moments.
Now let's get off the Niners because we're still not out of the AFC South, right?
No. Well, I think it's pretty clear. CJ Stroud is the game changer.
So-
and like Akeem said, maybe Gardner. I'm out on Trevor.
I got one
Lawrence.
more.
don't
I got
think
one
so.
more.
Trevor's
I got
out.
one more.
I am
Yeah.
not on Trevor Lawrence.
You're not on Trevor Lawrence. Come on, man.
Healthy Trevor Lawrence? Y'all talking about
He
Herbert?
is getting beat up though.
He is
Who
beat up.
who came back and beat them?
Who
Trevor.
that? Oh yeah, you're right.
Fourth quarter business, bro. He wins
did that.
national championships, high school championships. Like, bro, them are game changers. I can't have somebody who's.
I hate that I only see it. I see it once a quarter. You know what I mean? I don't see it. There's not
But is
consistency
it
from
the
Trevor
quarter
Lawrence.
that you see it? Is it the fourth quarter?
I just don't think Trevor Lawrence is special in any way, shape, or
Me
form.
neither.
I
I mean, he doesn't
don't
get
think
drafted
there's
and
anything
picked
about
number
him that's
one
special.
for no reason. I think
He
he's
don't win
special.
a national championship and get drafted number one.
Well, he threw a
Ain't
lot of
special at
screens
all.
and he had the best team in the country. I mean, come on, we can get cool. There's been a lot of national championship quarterbacks that have absolutely sucked in the NFL, right? Tim
A lot.
Tebow, absolutely terrible.
But-
in the
Man, they
Don't
did
do
Tebow wrong,
Don't do
man.
Tim. Don't
But
do
he
Tim. He got your name and
Don't do
everything.
Tim. Me like that.
He has gotten to the Jags, and they're now the contenders for the AFC South every year that he's there. So
That's
I mean, it's
dumb,
true.
man.
I mean, it's true. It
Yeah,
helps
you're
Zach
right.
Peterson.
Look, we talked about that. He's definitely the franchise quarterback for Jacksonville. I just think that I think like him
So
and
did he
Dak,
change
they're
the
that
game for
same
Jacksonville?
area. What's that?
Before he got there, was the Jags ass, and then now that he's there, they pretty good.
Oh
I mean,
no,
they
he's
were
the best
they were
quarterback
making
in
the
the
AFC
NFL.
title.
Hold on.
He's
Oh,
the
they
best
were-
quarterback
they were-
they've had since Mark
They
Brewer.
were absolutely ass when he got
Yeah.
there. They were definitely
sure.
ass.
They was in
And
the
it took,
AFC
it
title.
took the right coach.
They was in the AFC title game, and the talk was like, how the hell are the Jags here with this quarterback? He sucks. It's the defense. It was Jalen Ramsey and them that's had them there. You know what I'm saying? They had a top
Leonard
defense in the
Fournette,
league.
have some
They
good
had them there.
guys.
It was like, if this team had a quarterback, it was not the quarterback at all that had them in the AFC Championship game.
No,
So do you feel with Trevor? This is my big thing about him. I mean, he's got the stature, he's got the arm, he's got the accuracy, but when the big games outside of that Chargers game, I don't really see him just rise like, holy shit, here he comes. Like, you can't give
They don't
him the
put the team
ball.
on his
I've
back.
never feared that. I
Yeah, I'm
feared
not
more from
scared if he gets the
ETN
ball last.
and his weapons than I necessarily do him. Like with Tom and Peyton, right? You didn't want to give them the ball. You wanted to keep their ass on the sideline the whole game,
Not
right?
when they was in year 3 and year 4 though.
Right.
When they was in year 3, year 4, we didn't give a fuck about Tom, and we didn't care.
But Tom was already
He's just
winning
that
Super
young-
Bowls in
he
year
that
3
young.
and 4.
But
So you
he
think it's
still
just
got the
time?
wins
It's
that
a matter
come
of
with him.
time.
It's just a matter of time for T-Law to pop.
Man, that's a matter of time, man. You don't
Okay.
win youth
I can
football
see
chips,
that.
high
I can
school
respect
chips,
that.
middle school chips, and national championships. Get to the NFL and turn that franchise around. That's not all by coincidence. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
a game changer guy. Go in and do that.
We'll stay
I can
tuned.
respect that. I think when you put Trevor Lawrence in the dictionary, or you see quarterback in the dictionary, I see a Trevor Lawrence. Size, you know what I mean, mobility, the way he moves, arm, he does all the things good. It's just when he didn't put it together for me. I don't know.
So we got another.
Let's roll over to the chat.
Hold
man.
on just a
What we got
second.
in
Yeah,
the
we're
chat?
gonna roll over in the
a little
chat,
bit.
man. So My man said Will Levis could be, and then there's a ton of people in the chat that do actually agree. What do you think about Will Levis, man? Talk to me. I like the Titans. I like his moxie.
Could be. I like the could.
What do you think?
Possibly.
I ain't seen enough. It's early. I can't argue with the chat about Will Levis right now because he ain't done nothing.
Yeah, and then here's the thing. Somebody said
Mitch
Trevor's
Trubisky
hair
and Josh Allen combined.
My man said Trevor's hair is the most special thing about him. Ain't that a thing?
Oh wow.
They wrong for that, man. We can't disrespect T-Law like that, man. He's a baller and he's playing hurt, so I can respect that. My man Bernard said Tebow was ahead of his time. I agree, but it was like a Taysom Hill thing. Bro,
Somebody would love him right now.
In third down, the tush push
Somebody would love him right
with
now.
Tebow. Yeah, they
Him,
getting that.
Terrell Pryor. Oh
Yeah, they
my
get
God.
that. So one of them said they were better with Blake Bortles. I mean, I just think they had a better defense with Blake Bortles.
If you put Trevor Lawrence on that Jacksonville team,
and they win it.
They'll win that. They'll beat the Patriots.
So Blake Bortles, we're saying Blake Bortles was better than Trevor Lawrence. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I'm not
I'm not going that
I'm not
far.
going to disrespect.
No, that's what they
T-Law
said
like
that's what Bernard said in the
well,
chat.
you
I
know
don't
Bernard.
about that,
God,
Bernard.
dog, Bernard.
I don't know about that one.
Bernard be tripping, man. He thinks
Let's keep
Taysom
it
Hill is a
let's keep it
franchise
rolling.
guy.
Let's go. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go
True.
over to the NFC side. We already brought up the 49ers, but I want to hear in the NFC West, is there a game-changing quarterback or is there multiple?
There's multiple.
NFC West.
There's multiple.
NFC West, we got Kyler, we got
Matt
Geno,
Stafford definitely
Matt
won.
Stafford.
Matthew
Matt
Stafford
Stafford
is
definitely won,
100%.
and everybody
Geno's
else
been.
no.
Geno Smith this year. He's had some game-changing moments.
I mean, he's led 3-4 quarter comebacks late in the games. He's been on our Brady moment 3 times this year. You played
He's an
against
above average game.
But he's
He said, no,
Come
sir.
on now.
Nah,
Hey, but
nah.
okay. What about Kyler Murray?
You got to do this to be
Kyler
a game
Murray
changer.
is the game
It's
changer
your
for
whole
sure.
Body of work, not just well. And this year he got 3 of them. Nah, what about the past 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but he finally got
body
his
of work
shot.
count.
He got a shot. He backed up Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. He got a shot.
Yeah,
And
K1's
Russ.
definitely a game changer.
You think
But if you
K1's
were
a game changer?
then they would have saw that a long time
100%.
ago.
Yeah, that's very
he's
true.
smart.
Nah.
So he's
you know
a-
my guy, but nah.
So here's the
for
thing.
you, only Matt Stafford.
Oh, Matt's a dog, dude.
Yeah, Stafford. I put only Stafford out the West.
Kyler Murray.
You don't have Kyler Murray as a game changer?
He ain't showed it. He ain't showed it. So nah.
Ooh,
Does the
so much
narrative
ability.
change on one particular quarterback if he didn't have 4 turnovers, Keith? From what he's done and how efficient he's been. Think about it. Uses his legs, right?
He says he's a
To
game
move around
manager, man.
outside. He ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna let us in. You ain't
Nah,
gonna let him in, man. Let him in.
I don't think he's bringing any quarterback who go through the offseason as the Niners quarterback. You're gonna get in the season and it's gonna be like a machine.
It is a machine.
As long as you throw this thing, as long as you trust Shanahan and he say, bro, you get on the back foot, hit and let that thing go, throw it to a spot. If you can trust that, you will be okay in San Francisco.
But you're not gonna give the guy
Throw it to a spot, man. Protect your receivers. Bring them flat when they break inside. Bring them down flat, or just he's throwing the ball in certain ares. Don't get me wrong, he's a good, accurate quarterback, but
I'll
he
take
had
that from you.
a
I'll take
game
it.
changer
I'll take
last
it.
year.
Hey,
I'll
Big
take
game.
it.
And boom, he got hurt.
Yeah,
Your
I'll take
video
that from you.
just says Kyler looked like he needed his pamper changed against the Bears a few days ago. Kyler Murray,
Hey,
Murray diaper changer.
Oh, that's
Wow.
I like
Kyler
Kyler,
Murray
man.
slander on
K1's
this
cold.
show.
There's a lot of y'all better stop disrespecting K1.
But he definitely ain't showed that he could change the game yet, though. Because, I feel like once you show you can change the game, it's going to be a lot of wins behind
You
it.
think you get there?
Left a lot on the
You think he
table
gets
so far.
there?
I'll give you that.
Man, he got to get with a Shanahan type of – he got to get with a real offensive guru guy who can really get in the NFL type of system. I feel like he was trying to do a college system in the NFL.
Too
man.
fast.
Yeah, it's just
I agree.
NFL just going to make the quarterback run. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
want to do this college and stuff, but we're just going to drop it, make you run, and then we're going to smack you. So I feel like
My man RC said, man, you ride harder for Purdy than Unk with Braun. Pause. But you damn right. That's my quarterback. BP all day. Win, lose, or draw. We rolling.
But you
We
have to
rolling.
accept the fact that it's
I ain't
okay for
sold
him
that
to be
on
a really
Purdy,
good
man.
game.
We'll see. He wins the Super Bowl. Then what?
Then
Then
he
he
managed
changed the
the
game.
hell
All
out
right,
of the
then
game.
I'll take it. I'll
They
take
changed
it.
the game.
He's got a
Do
chance.
something to make yourself a game changer.
And I agree. He's got a lot around him. He's got to figure out how to play from behind with double digit
We gotta
leads.
get out of the NFC
He's
West.
gotta
Get a
manage.
comeback win one time. We
Okay,
can't
so
put no
let's
San
He's
grab
had
the
to.
as a game changer because as
We'll
soon as
talk
they
about
get
the
down, they
49ers
can't
show
win.
tomorrow.
Y'all losing in the fourth, they can't win. So
That's
who's
true.
changing the game?
Kyle's
Nobody.
0-39 when down by
They
10
can't
points or
win in the
more.
fourth, bro. So the
Is that a
quarterback that come
Kyle
in for the
thing?
Niners and actually wins, he's the game changer for the Niners.
Okay.
Nobody has changed the game for him.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Because we suck when going into the fourth quarter with a 10
let's
digit
move from the
lead.
West. I think this division is going to be real controversial here
Mm.
because I don't know.
Mm.
NFC North, Jordan
North.
Love, Justin Fields,
Yes.
Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff. Who's the game changer? Are there any? Are there multiple?
I'm going to say Justin Fields has the ability to become like maybe the best game changer of all time because he's more athletic and faster than Lamar Jackson. He's got a stronger arm. He's bigger, but we have to see it. We have to see it. I mean,
What?
he's got all the tools, Justin Fields, but he's got to put it together.
Faster than Lamar
Kirk
Jackson?
Game changer because he throws the ball all over the yard. I love Kirk Cousins and the way he plays. Jared Goff is a game manager, sometimes a bus driver. I can't even put him close to game changer, Jared Goff, because if he doesn't
I
have
think
the
he's a
run
really,
game,
really good bus
play
driver, though.
action, he's nothing. Period.
I think he's
So
a game
Jared Goff
changer.
is not-
I think he's a
I'm
game
not giving
changer.
Goff game changer.
He fucking went to Detroit and they're in the playoffs.
No,
Bro.
before that. But where did he go before that?
He went to the Rams and they
He
won.
went to St. Louis, turned to LA, playoffs chip. Then he go to Detroit. They all of a sudden in the playoffs like one of the best teams in NFC.
Oh.
That's changing the game. That's what we're talking about.
But
I
if you
think, Tim, I
take
think you're
away
talking
his
about,
play
like,
action,
one specific game. We're talking about the games that they're in, period. He's
what does
changing
Jared Goff
the
do
game.
that makes you jump off the couch? He's not
He
mobile.
played
at
with
all.
them.
His arm
It's
is
the stuff that you don't see, though, Tim. It's the stuff that
Okay.
you don't see.
okay.
It's
Talk to us.
that's what he do. He breathes confidence into that building. So when you go out there, you're like, bro, we could fucking
Okay,
win
well,
with
that's a
Jared
different-
Goff.
that's a
What you
different
seen him do in
perspective.
practice, and that's what game changers do. It's not necessarily it's winning, bro. That's what I say. I say is if you anywhere you go, you win. If you go to Jared Goff's house, he got a youth football championship, middle school, high school. I mean, he was at UCLA. They didn't win a chip, but he was number 2 in the country. It's like, bro, he gets a sorry team in the NFL because he's the number 1 pick. In his 3rd year, they in the NFC chip. I mean, they in the divisional. His 4th year, they in the NFC chip. His 5th year, they in the Super Bowl. That just wasn't good enough for the Rams. They let him go. Send him to Detroit. What did he do to Detroit?
Changed
the
it.
game for him.
He changed
So,
it. You have to do
That
it.
is a game changer to me. Wherever they go, they win. If I put Purdy on Detroit, will they be the same? I don't know.
Mm,
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh.
But if we put Lamar
I
Jackson
don't
on
know.
Detroit, they're gonna be good.
So-
if we put Jalen Hurts on Detroit, they're gonna be good. Because anywhere Jalen Hurts go, they're gonna be good because he's a game
I
changer.
don't know about that.
Ooh.
So is there
I don't know
another?
about
Is
I don't know
before we
about
get there?
Jalen
Is there
they're gonna be good.
is there
I don't
another? Is
think
there
Jalen
another
Hurts is
game
they're
changer
gonna
in the
be good
NFC
no matter
North?
where he goes quarterback. I don't agree with that.
Who, Jared
Oh,
Goff?
hold on, we're gonna get
No,
there,
no,
Tim.
Jalen Hurts.
Is there
I'm not
another?
with
Is
you
there
on
another
Jalen
one
Hurts.
in the
I'm
North?
with
That's a
you.
game
You
changer.
convinced me about Jared Goff. When I watch him play, it's just kind of bland. But I hear what you're saying about the confidence in the building, his leadership, the fact
It's
that
a
he's
phenomenal
just a
what
winner.
he's done.
And some guys are just winners. And apparently Jared Goff is just a winner, and we've all been sleeping on it. So
He
I appreciate
wins.
that perspective.
I'm
He
telling you,
wins.
JC, that's my guy, man.
I love that.
Is
I
is
love
there
that.
another
He went to a
game
Super Bowl
changer
with him.
in the
I'm
North?
telling you.
Nui, Akeem.
In the North, no, I'm just going just Jared.
I think
It's
Jared's
just
the game
JC.
changer. I agree. I think what he's done with
Kirk
Detroit,
kind of borderline. I'm kind of on Kirk because Kirk gonna come back in that 4th quarter and
he's
he
cold
gonna
with
drive
it.
you down there. He one of the clutchest
Come
quarterbacks.
on.
He don't get a lot of love for it, but Kirk is super clutch, man. So
Validation right
I
there.
kind of put Kirk right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the Vikings are not in the mix anymore. When when you got to see it, when Kirk Cousins was out of the game, they don't look the same.
They don't look
Everything
the same
changed.
at all. That's what I'm telling you. That's why he changed the game. When Purdy out the game, well, when them San Fran quarterbacks, my bad.
Come on, bro.
Because they got the best system. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep going back to San Fran, because they got that great system. So when you replace one of their quarterbacks, it don't go down as hard. You know what I'm saying? When you take Kurt out, it's shit's same. So
okay, let's shift it over to the South, NFC South. To me, there's only one. If you asked me at the beginning of the season, I would have said hell no. If you ask me today, I think there is a game changer in the NFC South. You got Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr.
He's balling.
Bryce Young. Is there a game changer?
It's Baker.
Baker's the only one.
Zero game changers in the NFC South.
Okay. Except Baker won in Cleveland. Baker went to LA in his short stint.
Baker won for one season.
And now he's in Tampa and he's winning.
He won for one season in Cleveland, and he's in Tampa, and he's 500. They just stuck in the South, so he looked like he's winning. But
he's been in a shit show his whole
500. Career. They barely above water like this. They treading water, barely above. That's not changing the game for me personally.
I get it.
Playing a trash. You're playing one of the worst. You're playing the NFC South. They're the bottom of the barrel right now. So
worst
they just beat the Jaguars.
Come on now.
So despite his stat line, right?
Still the worst division in football.
So despite Baker's stat line, I mean, just going through it, I mean, Baker's having statistically one of his best years.
His numbers are right.
And he's been with 3 different teams in 5 years.
You keep on bringing up Lamar, Tim.
Because his passing numbers are right there with Lamar Jackson.
You better stop.
That we say that's the standard. So we can't say Baker's not playing well because he has better numbers than everyone's MVP.
Oh, it's different, Tim.
I said he is playing well, but the difference between him and Lamar is Lamar's record says 12-3, and Lamar is like this.
Lamar plays on a much better team and doesn't have to do
as Baker Mayfield is treading water like this. They
4 games behind them.
Their record is they treading water. So even the numbers, I just always look at the wins. You know what I'm saying?
Lamar plays with the top defense in the NFL. Wins. Baker does not.
I'm in agreement with the South. I don't think there's a game changer that's there. But I really do like what Baker Mayfield is doing. And if he keeps that
somebody said Baker, noise. Somebody in the chat said Baker's on fire right now. Then Baker Mayfield, the comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
What did he go down for last year? What is he coming back
from? He just didn't have a job, bro.
Having that one game with the Rams.
Contract one more time. He had to get a contract.
Come back from the couch. Nah.
I mean, but Joe Flacco came back from the couch. What's he doing?
Man, that's why he's not going to win it. He don't meet the criteria, bro. You can come back from that couch.
Going to be Joe Flacco coming off the couch.
So y'all know, if you want controversy, you know, who do you talk about? If you want some controversy, you got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. But let's just go to the NFC South. All right, because this is interesting.
You mean
the
chat
is probably gonna blow
up? You mean NFC East?
Because
NFC East.
I mean, I'm my bad. NFC East. I'm sorry. Yeah, but y'all talk to me because I think there's one game changer in the division. Just one.
There's one.
Just one.
And he plays for the
People
Dallas
might think
Cowboys.
I'm crazy, but there is just one, and that is number 4. His name is Dak Prescott. That is it. I think Jalen Hurts is probably one of the best game changers of all time. I mean, game managers. All right.
No, you said it right the first time.
Probably one of the best game managers of all time. That
okay.
And it might sound crazy. You say, well, why don't you just make him a game changer? Because I think if you take him out of that offense, I don't see him being successful. Like you said, if he went over to Detroit Lions, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to do that. I don't believe that.
It's the right scheme fit, though.
Right
it don't matter. He's a good leader. What you mean?
I agree with that. Jalen's not. Jalen is.
You've been waiting on this.
We know that Jalen is a winner. Seems to be a great leader. Although lately it seems like there's been some cracks in that armor with some of the things that he's been saying in the media. But I don't see Jalen when he has to put on his arm and put, not his legs, not the tush push, not the quarterback sneak from the 2-yard line. When he has to drop back and throw the ball, the man, I mean, he has 18 turnovers. 18 turnovers is not a game changer. You can't just give the ball over willy-nilly, throwing pick six and fumbling and all these things. And, we're talking about you as MVP 6 weeks ago. And Newey, I know what you're going to say because we called Josh Allen, but Josh Allen doubles the touchdowns that Jalen Hurts has with his turnovers. So he may turn the ball over, but he's going to throw 5 touchdowns in that game where he throws 2 picks and fumbles the ball, and he's going to win the game.
To me,
Jalen is a game manager, and if he didn't play for Philly in that RPO offense, I don't think that we would be talking about Jalen Hurts at all.
Dustin says Hurts is a fraud. What do we think about that, huh? Look, he's a game changer. I'm just going to state this out. This guy wins big games. I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks against some of the best teams, and he wins. Just despite a 3-game losing streak, that doesn't count aside from what he has done in this league, bro. He's, 23 or 22 games that he won? He was 22-1 in a point? 22-1. Come on now. The scheme matches. Is it exactly? The scheme is
went to the chip and
it
put on
built
the
for him.
show.
Thank
He put
you.
on the show, you know what I'm saying? So
Y'all crazy for this.
I say it's in the NFC East. Jalen game changer for sure.
I agree.
My dog, Dak. This is my dog now. I want to put Dak as the game changer, but he kind of towing that line. Sometimes he's game changer Dak. Sometimes he's not using his legs and he's not game changer Dak. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of towing that line. I think he one of them guys who he just on that borderline. If his showing this year can put him over the top, or it can just have him down here where Tim got him. Tim got him down here.
I think Dak's a great leader, man.
Dak's teetering for me now. Dak, I'm with you on Dak because I've seen it this year more than I've seen it ever before.
He's a big Romo fan.
More at the line of scrimmage, key, which is for me the measure of a quarterback. What do you do with the line? He's changing protections. He's changing routes. He's changing. He's putting people in motion. So for me, he is right there. And like you say, sometimes we see game changer Dak, and sometimes we see the head shaking Dak. Like what are you doing, right? So I'm with
for me,
you.
Tim,
He's kind of teetering, but I like him better than Jalen Hurts, 100%.
I don't think you have to do that much at the line to be a game changer.
I think
Shit.
I mean, the game changer changes the play when the play broke down.
They got the answers to the
line
test.
didn't go right.
They got the answers to the test.
When nothing went right, did the game changer change the game?
What I always told Brandon was, Brandon, if I put you in a bad play because I think the defense is going to do something and I call this play, put us in a better play, right? If we're in a bad play and I've got a quarterback that can't put us in the right play, that's not the quarterback I want on the field. And there's
right.
a lot of those types of quarterbacks.
I say it's different ways that you can be a game changer. Like
yes.
Like Mahomes, they gonna call that play. If it ain't there, he gonna do something off schedule and create. That's how he changed the game.
Straight up.
Right.
But with Tom Brady he gonna see what y'all doing, and he gonna let's keep this package on the field. We're gonna run all our stuff out of this jumbo package, and we're gonna go and spread. He gonna initiate the coaching, you know what I'm saying, from the line. So that's how he changed the game. He gonna throw the ball on time, and that's how he changed the game. So I think there's different ways
absolutely
that you can be a game changer. Just whatever floats your boat.
It's not all about
absolutely.
the flash. Sometimes you got to bring some substance from the IQ standpoint.
Exactly.
This was fun.
You got to think from the neck up, man. Period.
It's been a common theme. I've been saying it all year. I just don't know how many great quarterbacks there are in the league. And
man, that's funny you say that. I say this is probably the best quarterback play that we've had in the league in a long ass time.
All across the board.
All across the board.
Yes.
All across the board.
Yeah,
yes.
Who has the bad quarterback? It's not a lot of teams who just has he bad.
Well, that's true.
Right. That's true.
I mean,
and the backups are good.
We also don't have Peyton Manning throwing 55 touchdowns either. It's there's some of that, right? I think
I think great has come down
30 touchdowns and we're almost to the end of the season, and I think that's the high for the season. So we're not seeing
the high would be like 36.
What's that?
This year it'd be like 36. I think on a regular it's high 30s, low 40s. I mean that's what they finish at every once in a while.
You're seeing a lot of turnovers though. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks. There's 9 quarterbacks with double-digit turnovers who are really good quarterbacks, who are $100 million quarterbacks, might I add.
Yeah.
So it's just, are they given more autonomy to do things and just try to, throw the ball 30, 40 times a game? I really think a good quarterback, as far as that pitching count, is about 25, 28. That's about it. Let's keep it 50-50, 60-40. Nothing crazy. But I think these guys are getting asked to do more. That's why you're seeing a lot of turnovers now. So the turnovers are insane right now. I mean,
I think the floor is just raised.
Okay.
The floor is raised. There's just better quarterback play all across the board. I think you're going to be looking at situations coming up. All of these pretty good quarterbacks coming from college, where there's not going to be any more room. There's not any more places to go. We got to look at Russell Wilson and be like, damn, where Russ gonna go? I don't know.
Exactly. Telling you.
True.
I don't know.
Good
but I need to talk about this chat real quick. because BG.
Oh,
Mr. Brian
BG's
Duffy,
in here.
my quarterback rankings have been off. He's talking about me. And he says Steve has played with some big time game changers. Yeah, we know that. My
He played with
quarterback
two of the best of all
rankings
time.
are not off. It depends on your perception, Mr. BG. And in my perception, my rankings are just fine. So leave me alone. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you, bro.
No, we sure do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we do appreciate
That's
it.
gonna wrap up this.
Man. Shout out to BG. We used to work with him back in the day.
We appreciate all the
shout out to
chatters
BG.
coming in.
We appreciate all the chat, man. That's gonna wrap up this this quarterback section here, man. That was a fun segment. I liked it. I mean, because we could have talked about this all day, boys.
All night.
We got a Keeb on the
Hell
show,
yeah.
so it just hit a little different.
Yeah, it did.
All right.
Love that.
Look, hey, we got some people in the chat. Y'all are talking with us. We've started this live experience, and I think it's something that we might continue. We get a lot of traction here. Y'all are talking to us. We like this banter back and forth. But at the end of the day, y'all need to go follow us. Go follow us at the Couch Coach Club. That is at the Couch Coach Club. And if you haven't done it, if you follow us, make sure you subscribe. And after you subscribe, turn on those notifications so you can get it every single time we drop this heat. The off season is coming. We're going to spend a lot more time with you in the off season. Right now, we just go from week to week, but in the off season, we get to talk every day because there might be something that's happening. So yeah, please lock in with us. And if you haven't locked in with my guys over at the QB Huddle podcast, look, we just spent about 35 minutes talking about straight QBs. Straight QBs. That's how big quarterback play is in the NFL right now. And if you want to do a deeper dive, at the QB Huddle podcast is where you find that deeper dive in quarterback play, point blank. Y'all been on fire. I just want to say, from my point of view, from being able to be a fan and watching the growth of y'all in these 16 weeks, is dope.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We went live for the first time last
You know what I mean? We done drew up a few plays. We done had a couple Gatorade. I don't know what your flavor is, Key, but I like the blue Gatorade. It's delicious. Drank some Gatorade. Now we running back out, and we're going to get back to it. This is the third quarter. Y'all know how we do on the third quarter. This is the pigskin stock market, okay? We have our risers. We have our fallers. And this is a fluid list. It changes every week. You could have been cold last week. That don't mean you cold this week. You could be sour. You could be falling. Point blank. Tim, risers and fallers this week.
Yes, sir. My riser is going to come out of Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, who have won 7 of 8 under Joe Flacco now, who is to me on fire. The defense is playing lights out. They have been all year. I feel like, especially since Baltimore ripped the Browns out of Cleveland so long ago, that the NFL is better when the Browns are good. And I love seeing I come from the days of the 90s. I'm an old guy, so I remember the Broncos and the Browns playing in the AFC title games back-to-back years, and that was fun stuff. So it's good to see the Browns good. They're sitting at the 5th seed. I can see them making a lot of noise in the playoffs. In fact, I have them getting to the AFC title game. So there you go. I think Buffalo will beat them and get to the Super Bowl this year under Josh Allen. But yeah, I've got the Browns, man. They're my team on the rise right now.
Cool. Who you follow this week?
My followers is Dallas Cowboys. Another loss on the road to a playoff team. Defense played better than they did a week ago, but the offense was dormant for 2 quarters. I have no faith that they're going to win a road playoff game at this point. I need to see something. And even if they blow out Detroit this weekend, I'm still not confident that we can get on an airplane and win a game. So to me, the Cowboys have fallen because I really started to buy in and jump in with 2 feet. And now I got to reel myself back a little bit.
You see all that Cowboy shit? Where's your loyalty? Damn it!
I was furious on Sunday, bro. Furious. So that's what I got.
I go. Say my riser. I got them love for them DBs now. I'm going Jack Jones, man. Jack Jones out there in Vegas, that corner 18. Y'all probably don't even know who he is.
I do know. It was such a good move for him. He got out of New England. It was perfect.
Man, got cut this year, got picked up by the Raiders, and I feel like he out there making a name for himself, man. You one hand a screen. You almost pick off another screen last week versus Chiefs. Then you pick Mahomes off. Another touchdown, man. He turned to the Grinch on Christmas. You know I just love DBs. And he went to New England. He was a starter. He had a good chance. But, he couldn't get right off the field. He was curfew issues and the stuff that Bill don't play with. So Bill let him go. The Raiders picked him up, and I think he's taking full advantage of this opportunity. And the Las Vegas Raiders over there fighting. They are here fighting just for the reputation.
Was desperate for good quarterback play.
Exactly. he's one of the guys out there making a name for himself, man. So he's definitely my riser.
So would
Right now.
would that be one of your rising teams as well? Since AP and these guys are scrapping in,
Yeah,
like,
but they don't really have no chance, so
Yeah.
they can't rise. They
Nah.
can't rise
I get it.
too much. But my rising team, if you want to ask that,
Oh, yes.
my rising team is them damn Rams now.
Oh, you took
Hey,
mine.
man, Stafford done caught fire.
Rams are
Talking about
balling.
20 touchdowns, 1 pick in his last 5. They getting healthy. They got Puka back and Cooper Kupp in there.
Jesus.
And Kyron Williams in that backfield. The O-line has been the same for a couple weeks in a row now. They're getting healthy at the right time. And that defense, that Raheem Morris defense, man, they starting to make some plays. And Donald starting
They're so confident.
under his ass a little bit. So that's the team that you don't want to see in the NFC right now. I'm praying that Dallas don't have a first-round matchup versus these Rams. I don't know how it can play out, but we don't want to see the Rams first round. I'm telling you, they're going to pop whoever they see the first round. I hope it's Philly somehow.
It was such a young.
Yeah,
defense
please do.
coming
Please be
together.
Philly. Just
Actually,
somehow.
get him out the way.
However
Get him out the way.
Actually, that might be what everybody needs.
if the season
Hell
ended
yeah.
today, the Rams season ended today, the Rams would be headed to Detroit, which would be a very to see Matthew Stafford going back to
Hey,
Detroit.
I love Detroit.
Actually, I wanna
don't
see
know
that.
if they want that. They know Jared Goff real good. They know his weaknesses. I don't know.
I don't
if
know.
the Detroit Lions have that right there, man.
Fair
I wanna
enough.
see that.
That's my rising team, though. Rams rising player, Jack Jones.
And
I don't want to put
who's
you on
your
the spot,
faller
man.
player?
You
Faller
because
team.
you
Oh, my
stand
fallen
with the
player.
NFL here.
Y'all
Do
gonna
you
love
have
my
a faller?
there. Purdy.
Oh man, why you do that to me, man?
Hey, Purdy, my faller player, man. Hey, I seen the life coming out that boy on TV, man.
Some
He
look a
had
little
4
different.
turnovers.
He
I didn't
like-
see the same confidence in his eyes. So
Right. I
I'm
agree.
anxious to see how he look in the future.
True.
You have, I'm telling you, to be on that little run, it'd be like that beginner's luck. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
And
yeah.
then-
Getting away with shit.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to shake back out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we're going to see how Brock Purdy shake out that NFL hit right there.
Don't do my boy like
Right
that,
now-
man. Come
Right
on.
now, he's soft. He like this. I seen the life leaving his body, man. He on the way down right now.
He said the
My
life
man on the couch thinking about it right now.
He said the life left his body. Ouch.
He's like, I can't complete a pass anymore. But what I like about Purdy, man, he kept slinging that thing after 4 picks. Screw it. Figure
Yeah,
it
he
out.
did.
Figure it out. He'll be
He
all right.
tried to figure it out.
Unless you had him on your fantasy team and you hate that guy
Then
now.
it wasn't good.
Newey, riser, faller. Who you got this week?
Player or team?
Hit me with both.
What team, man? I think it's the Bucks. And what they're doing right now, they're catching fire at the right time. And we all
Right
know
time.
Yeah.
this is very common grounds here. The team who catches fire in December and going into January is that team who's really going to make a deep run. Attest to the Rams. I was going to pick the Rams. Keith took I was like, shit, I don't want to see them right now, not in the playoffs, because they're catching fire. My riser, as far as player, is Matt Stafford. 10 touchdowns, no picks in 4 games. That's insane in 3-1. It's damn good. He's finally starting to get his feet under him. He's not injured. He's got Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp coming back. He's got Kyron Williams who can run the ball. He finally has a run game. We haven't seen a run game since Todd Gurley in this
Right.
offense. Right?
Yeah.
So my player falling right now, and it just happened today. It's Russ, and I love Russ. It sucks. It's my mom's favorite player. But
not
when you
his
get
fault.
benched for Jarrett Stidham, I know, I understand, but it's just like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. And let's go to the chat real quick, because one of our diehard Bronco fans, BG, says, where does Russell land next year? Does he stay? He's owed how much?
know.
60?
No,
Jesus.
it's 37.
37? Oh, that's not that bad. So
No,
what
that's
is it
why
after
it's
the
not-
next
it's
year?
It's not terrible.
37 though.
God, I just felt like he got a bad break with Sean Payton. Sean Payton just must have not liked him. I don't know what it was.
I mean, but look at his numbers though. You just said he had one of his most productive seasons.
He did,
so
but he got benched.
something there.
I know, but it's not really I'm bashing him. It's just like, damn, like you're not
Too
even
many
going to compete
quarterbacks now,
anymore,
man.
right? It sucks.
You can be picky in 2024. You can say like, nah, I don't want him. I want somebody else. You can be picky because there's a lot to choose from.
Brock
Yeah.
Purdy's changed that. Now they said Stidham is going to ball. Live
Well,
chat.
we'll
I
see.
think he will too.
I
Stidham's
think
a
so.
baller, bro.
Stidham balled against us
You
last
see him
year.
in the preseason? Balling.
Yeah.
Balling. I'm
And you can
balling.
get him for cheap. Think about it. I'm telling you, it's the Brock Purdy way.
Okay.
Shit's about to change.
But
Quarterback's about to take
I
the
wanna
pay
stick with
cuts.
the theme. I want to stick with the theme here, like, as far as rising goes, because the Rams is special. But I'm
They
not gonna
look
stick on
good.
the Rams. Y'all did that already. I'm gonna talk about the real reason why this team is different. You can talk about Matt Stafford all you want, but there's a reason why Matt Stafford was allowed to throw for that many yards. It's because they stacking these boxes against Kyron Williams, and it don't matter. Okay, I think there's a lot of people that don't even know this man's name yet. If you don't know who Kyron Williams is yet, I think he is an absolute superstar
He's a
in the
beast.
making. In the last
That's
6
my
games,
fantasy RB1, baby. I'm in the chip.
You in the
He-
chip?
and he probably
Me
got
too.
you there, just like me. I can't
He
wait
knows
till
what's
next
up.
week. Kyron
I'm in
Williams
the
has led
chip.
this team when everybody else got hurt on my fantasy team. Kyron Williams put him on the back. Like, look,
He
this
got
dude
hurt
is
real
ran for
quick.
6. He's had 600-yard games in the last 7. That's impressive. I don't know how many people is doing that right now. They're just not. He's my riser along with the Rams, but I want to give special credit to Kyron Williams. I said it 3 weeks ago, and I didn't think he was going to do what he's done in these 3 weeks. And that's just led them to win after win after win. And they went into Ravens and played the Ravens way tougher than the 49ers did.
Mm-hmm. OT.
That's real. They got it. They didn't get away from the run. That was the key.
Man, my faller this week, and it's a team and a player together. Because it's kind of confusing. I don't know what the hell is going to happen in New York with the Jets moving forward. I mean, with the Giants moving forward. I think they just created a very confusing situation today when they benched my boy. They benched Tommy.
Hey,
Machismo.
I thought we had
It's
I thought we
over.
had something here. I thought we had a future here. I thought you were going to be able to say, you know what, Daniel Jones, we paid you all this money, but you can go sit on the bench. We're going to play DeVito. You can be a premium backup. But now with the benching of DeVito, it's now Dayball, hey, like, what are you doing over there, buddy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be in a very interesting situation come off season because now it's like you need to be looking at the quarterback pool too.
Right.
So not only is the Giants a faller, I got Tommy DeVito unfortunately falling. Now you went to go play the reeling Eagles in a game that you could have won. And if Tommy DeVito was playing like he's been playing in the last couple of weeks, I don't think the Eagles would have escaped in that win. And they're my fallers this week. Before I cut out as far as players, because we didn't get you on this, Tim, did you have some falling rising players?
I do. I'll be quick. My riser player is going to be Amari Cooper. 11 catches, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns on 15 targets. That dude
franchise
is
record.
Cooking.
Franchise record.
Hurt my feelings that he just wasn't getting the ball here in Dallas the way he should have been, and that we had to let him go. But anyway, I don't have to say a lot about him. I think we all saw that performance. This is a little bit more interesting, my follow player, and it's Tony Pollard. Tony had 12 catches for 12 carries for 38 yards. He was manhandled on the 1 yard line, forcing us again to hand the ball off to a rookie fullback on the 1 yard line, who then fumbled. He's got 886 yards on the year. He's got one 100-yard game, and this is why we let Zeke go. I'm tired of the Tony Pollard experience. He's a third down back. He's more of a utility guy, and now we've got him as an every down back. And it's a bad look. It's killed his numbers. It's hurting our offensive production. And it was one move in the offseason that really changed everything for us in the run game. And so I'm very disappointed with the way Tony Pollard has played this season.
Well, damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, that's gonna wrap up the Pigskin.
That was a little harsh.
That's kind of cutthroat.
Look, this is a fluid list. It changes weekly. Some people been staying on this thing quite a bit. All right, it's gonna move us to the fourth quarter. We're getting ready to wrap this thing up. Akeem, let me tell you about the fourth quarter, dog. Okay, this is the smartest idiot. This is where we do our simple predictions. And the season started off really rough over here on my side. All right, I ain't gonna lie. Newey carried us through this show. You know what I mean? Smart guy. And then he fell off mid-season, kind of like the Minnesota Vikings. You know what I mean? Just fell off mid-season. Tim has been steady Eddie of below average. So let's for the fans.
Kind of like Baker. So Tim been kind of like Baker Mayfield.
Damn
He's doing his thing.
He rolled with him early.
He said,
Survive.
I'm not a game changer. He says, I'm not a game changer.
Yeah, you just manage it, Tim.
I'm a manager over here.
Survive.
Well, I will say, Akeem,
Below
but
average
besides
manager
maybe
at
1 or 2 weeks, our guests have been have been pretty decent at these predictions, you know what I'm saying? And with with your name and your stamp, I expect for you to continue that.
Yeah,
right,
man, I do this, man. I do this right here. So man,
we shall see. I don't know if you're gonna get more than me because I'm back. Okay, Thursday, we got the Jets at Cleveland. This is gonna be a boring snoozer of Cleveland stomping them. That's what I think. What y'all got?
Cleveland, nice little blowout.
Browns.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. It's over.
Cleveland.
Brownies.
Our Saturday night game. This is playoffs. This is playoff.
It's a playoff game.
Cowboys
don't get more playoffs than this.
Cowboys.
Detroit Lions at Cowboys.
Cowboys.
What y'all got?
Cowboys.
Dallas, baby, we in the D, baby. Cowboys don't lose at home.
That's
7-0.
For some reason, I thought you said Dallas was going to lose at home, and then I was shocked by those words.
Nah, they
I'm
don't
glad that I
lose at
misheard
home.
you. Dallas is not losing this game. In fact, Dallas is coming out to make a statement Saturday night.
Yeah, big
It's a party
statement game
in
for the
Dallas,
Cowboys.
baby.
Yeah.
This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the Lions 2-game losing streak. It should have been 3, but Nick Mullins blew it. So I got the Cowboys.
Damn it.
This with great ease. And then they're gonna get stomped again the next week by the
All
Vikings.
right.
But let's keep it moving on that. Over to Sunday, Patriots at Buffalo. Anything can happen here.
Buffalo.
Anything
Feels
cannot
trappy.
happen here. The
Feels
only thing that's
trappy.
going to happen
Buffalo's
here
on
is
a roll, man. They're not letting
Browns.
that happen.
Let's
Buffalo's
go,
gonna win.
Buffalo.
And it's in
Buffalo's
Buffalo.
gonna win, bro. Come on.
It
man.
feels trappy. This is maybe Bill's last game against Buffalo. I don't know.
You have been good at trap games this past couple weeks now.
I don't see it.
He's been paying.
I
Hey,
don't know.
hey,
You know Bill better than anybody on this show. What you think?
Bill was kind of hoping they lost last game. Shit, he ain't You think Bill reacted when we made that field goal? He looking for a flag or something like that. We wasn't illegally lined up or something. Like he wanted to lose last week, man.
damn it! There goes the number one
Fast
pick.
forward.
He ready to switch it up,
Bill's
man.
on Call of Duty with Kyler Murray right now. He doesn't care about that.
I got Buffalo on this one. It still feels trappy, but I got Buffalo on this one. This one should actually be a pretty decent game because both of the defenses are. I like the defensive matchups, but Atlanta Falcons at Chicago Bears.
I got the Bears here just because I'm from Chicago. I'm a Bears fan, and I want Justin Fields to continue to play well because I want us to keep him. So I'm going to say Justin Fields and the Bears get a win at home in Chicago.
I say I like it too. I like the Bears to get a win. They've been playing good lately, competing at least lately.
Compete.
And Atlanta a dome team, man. They going to Chicago.
Yeah.
They cold as shit. They ain't gonna want to play that game. They already barely in the playoffs. It'll be bad for Atlanta out there.
Yeah, Chicago's gonna win. I think that's an. I don't
I
know if
told
it's a
y'all a couple weeks
no-brainer,
ago.
but it's definitely possible.
I told y'all a couple weeks ago, Chicago Bears is the one team that I don't think anybody really wants to play down this stretch. The way the defense is playing is phenomenal right now. I think they're gonna beat up. They're gonna beat up on the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons are gonna score a touchdown.
Falcons a dome team.
I like that.
Raiders at Colts. This one should be interesting.
Oh,
Man.
I'm going Raiders, man.
Straight
I
up.
think the Raiders on that. They
They want AP to
brainwashed
get
right
that.
now.
They want AP to get.
Got them boys brainwashed. They think they're going to the playoffs.
That
They
defense.
think it's something at the end of the tunnel, but it's not. But he got them playing like it's something at the end of the tunnel.
Ready for off-season, gentlemen.
Very enthusiastic as a team right now, and they playing some real Black Air Force type of football, especially on
Not
defense.
the Black
So,
Forces.
Okay.
AP has the black forces on coaching.
I want to go.
yeah,
I
coach
want
me
to go with the
Black
Raiders.
Forces, man. That's what I'm saying. They playing
I
that
want to
Black
go
Air
with the
Force
Raiders
type
because I
football,
like
so-
what they're doing. I
Yeah.
really like
Like
what
the
they're
Raiders.
doing. I love the culture change. I hope that the coach, I hope Pierce stays as the head coach of that team. I love Crosby. He's a dog. He's the only man in the world that can inhale a cigar. It's ridiculous. I don't know how his lungs handle that.
I thought that was a
but
blunt.
I just got it. The first one was he had a
Probably one
full
of those cigars,
cigar.
right?
Right?
The first one was the blunt. We know what those look like from seeing them on TV and things like that, of course. But
Say.
what I'm going to say is that the Indianapolis Colts on their Garden Minshew Magic are going to win this game because they're fighting for the playoff spot. Yeah.
And I think that magic ends like
I think
it's
Raiders
over.
playing spoiler.
Good.
They just gonna
Raiders are
spoil
hot.
everybody's season. That's what it looks like,
Raiders
and
are
it
hot.
set the tone in Arrowhead.
You saw what that defense did when they played the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all offense is the reason why they got 63 points in that game. You saw what they just did to Mahomes. You know what I mean? He looked very pedestrian. They held the Vikings to 3 points. They just been on a tangent. I can see them winning out the rest of the season. They only got the Broncos after this, so there's a very good chance I think they could make the playoffs. Now, they're the outside looking in. I think it starts right now. This is the other playoff game to me that happens on Sunday, but I got the Raiders in this one as well. That defense is playing too damn good. We got the Rams at the Giants.
Rams.
Tyrod Taylor is starting quarterback.
Rams
gonna win 30-13.
They're too hot, man.
That's a bold prediction. We'll see. I think they're gonna blow them out. I think they're gonna blow them out. Rams are catching fire at the right time, man, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Big win for the Rams.
The Giants defense won't be able to keep up with this. Can
Kyler Murray play spoiler? Arizona Cardinals at Philadelphia Eagles.
I hope so, because I'm debating on starting him for my fantasy championship.
Man, if this game was in Arizona, I might say yes, but because it's in Philly, I don't think the game's going to be. I think it's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Eagles will squeak it out.
Does Kyler go off though?
Let me throw this at y'all real quick.
Well, if Kyler goes off, they'll win.
This is a guy who's very, very, very familiar with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I mean, this is Rich Gannon going back to Philly. I feel like it might be closer than people think.
Oh, it's going to be close, no question.
Arizona been competing as well. They've been
every game,
playing good football. Every game they've been playing good football. I think just that I always look at it, man. You probably could pull it up, look at the numbers. Just that West Coast to East Coast, or the East Coast to West Coast. That long trip. I remember when I played, they used to always talk about making that long trip. The record is terrible. That's why I kind of was scared to bet on Baltimore versus San Fran, because they made that long trip. They tore them up though.
So it's harder to go from east to west.
Yeah, or vice versa. When you just go coast to coast, you go coast to coast, it's hard to win. You know what I'm saying? Changing 3-hour time zones like that. So I think Arizona, y'all going ain't really coast to coast, but y'all got a nice little trip over to Philly. I don't like the trip. So I'm going Philly at the house. Philly will lose another game this year, but it won't be against Arizona. They're gonna get popped by them Giants.
I agree.
Cowboys gonna get that third. Yeah, we need that.
I think if you want it to happen,
we want it to happen.
I'm gonna go on the limb. This is my spoiler. I think Rich Gannon is gonna put up a game plan to slow down Hurts, and Kyler Murray is gonna show out. I got Arizona in this one, and it feels absolutely crazy. But let's go. New Orleans at Tampa Bay, division game. If New Orleans wins this, they're out. I mean, if they lose this, they're done.
Yeah, well, they should get their fishing boats ready, their cabins, get the golf clubs out the shed. Because
pull up the camera,
baby. Wait, we're gonna Mr. Average, below average game manager Baker Mayfield is gonna manage his ass to a victory this weekend against.
Somebody said golf season starts for them in 2 weeks.
Hey, I always see this the time when Baker Mayfield beat Baker Mayfield. So I don't know what's gonna happen. It's the South. I'm gonna just say New Orleans, man. They're gonna pull up and pop something just because that's what's going on.
This is that stupid game that Tampa loses.
It just seemed right. Baker ain't Baker without a loss like this, right? So I'm just gonna go on regular Baker mode. You know what I'm saying? They gonna lose.
Oh, they gonna float above water and sink. Oh shit!
Yeah,
okay.
He's trading right now.
He gonna get that life. He gonna get that life vest this week.
This is that game.
I think the Bucs could lose this game and win their last game and still be in the playoffs. So it's not back against the wall time yet. So you know what I'm saying? They got a little leeway. The NFL is like that. When teams get too high, they always get popped. I think the Bucs is on a real high right now. So it's time for them to get knocked down one time.
I mean, they're in a 4-game win streak right now. So is it time?
Right.
Most guys fall out at about 5 or 6.
Yeah, so I'm going New Orleans.
I gotta agree with you, Akeem. I think this is that game because Tampa Bay just up and down, up and down, up and down. I like it. I think they got way too high. That last game was huge for them. You're playing the Saints. The Saints play the Bucs hard as hell. You know what I mean? Every single time they play them.
That's a rivalry.
I think this is that game, the stupid game that they lose knowing if they win this game, they could sit everybody. You know what I'm saying? The last week of the season because they already got it locked up.
And these the kind of games. These the kind of games where Derek Carr kind of show up to these like, no pressure on me. Like I'm supposed to lose, and like he come out and throw 4 touchdowns. Like he up and down too. So Derek Carr gonna come out and have a pretty big day.
It's really hard for me to argue with a guy of your stature, Aqib.
It's hard.
But, I'm going to stick with Tampa Bay.
Hey, look,
like
Derek. Don't get it twisted. We talked a lot of good things about this Rams team, but Derek Carr actually played a pretty damn good football game against them. He threw for 300, 3 touchdowns. He fought. They were in the game
Derek
the
Carr
whole time.
can
And the Rams is one of the hottest teams.
No, he can play now.
So
Just
it
takes
could be
time.
closer.
We'll see. It's gonna be a close game, but I got
closer.
Tampa at home. I just feel like they continue it. That's a team
That's
that's
gonna be
just
my
hot.
tiebreaker. We got a lot of the same answers, so that's gonna be my tiebreaker. That
Right
New
there.
Orleans. That's gonna get me
There
over
you
the
go.
hump.
Like
Yeah. I'm about to throw a
San
curveball.
Francisco at Washington. Jacoby Brissett game.
Niners.
Yeah.
You know what
Forget
it is.
the long trip. Like we just talked about that.
Brock
right? It's
Purdy
out the
gets
window.
back
You
to
go
being
from
that
coast to
dude
coast.
again.
All that's out the window. Brock Purdy's going to show out this week. He might have 4 touchdowns instead of 4 picks. Washington
Be
probably
nice.
might not score. This is going to be ugly for the Washington, whatever their names are.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
If Trent don't play, I don't know.
I
Look,
know.
Aqib,
What's
I don't
going on
know
there?
What you're doing.
Trent got it growing.
I don't know what you're doing in life right now, but from what I've been seeing over the past couple weeks, without stretching, straight off the couch, you can play better than the DBs in Washington right now.
I'm
Point
like,
blank. The 49ers about to roll them because, I mean, look, the team, I was actually surprised with the Commanders' front 7 because what you lost mid-season, you know what I'm saying? You lose Chase Young, came out, he's balling, you know what I'm saying? You lose Sweat, and he's balling right now in Chicago. But I thought the front 7 has been able to hold up way better than I can imagine after losing those guys. But the back end, terrible. 49ers gonna have Brock Purdy looking like the MVP again.
Let's get it.
And
Let's
we're gonna be
get it.
talking about that next week.
And he's still
Yeah,
number
let's
one in
keep
a
it
lot
rolling.
of categories. Damn, how's that
Let's
possible?
keep it rolling.
I'm gonna
Here's
take,
my
I'm
other
gonna take
game.
San Fran, but if Trent don't play, I might text y'all boys and change my pick.
Change it.
We got to see Trent status.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
huge. That's big.
He the alpha in that building, man. When Trent there, the confidence is up. When Trent ain't there, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
where's Trent? Like, you know what I'm saying? He the guy. So
He's still
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
He's got 2 lockers.
Trent's over there.
He's got 2 lockers in the
We
locker
need
room.
him.
He
the
got
big
2
dog
of
over
them.
there. That's my guy.
He's got like a whole shoe rack. I was like,
That's
look
a
at
big
this.
man.
I'm telling you, he the big dog. He the unk over there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a killer, man. I love Trent.
So this one here is why I know I'm gonna stay ahead of y'all this week because I know where y'all gonna lean on this one. But this one feels the trappiest game of the weekend. Panthers at Jacksonville Jaguars.
What?
I can't take the Panthers.
I mean, Bryce Young just put up his best statistically game this season, and I shouted him out, even though he
Panthers
lost.
defense has been balling all year.
No Trevor Lawrence.
I was going to say, is Trevor playing or not?
Trevor got an AC joint, man. You on your throwing arm.
Oh,
hey,
damn it.
It's a long shot, Brody. It's the AC joint frame.
I'm
and
still going to say, I'm still going to give Jacksonville the nod because they have to win this game.
I'm not. I'm going to play spoiler and go Carolina because what I saw with CJ Beathard didn't look very well.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they going to load the box with ETN.
He won't be coming in like, oh, I got to start. He'll get all the reps with the ones.
Right.
I think it'll be ugly, but I think the Jags, they'll put it out at the house.
Bryce Young kind of arrived last week.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I felt he looked
definitely
nice,
arrived.
man.
That
I
was the
shouted
best
him
game.
out.
And the defense has been playing good, man. I got the Panthers on this and on the upset. So I think if you want to go play them, run them parlays, y'all can come back and complain later. But let me know about the winnings. Take the Panthers on that one. Next one, this is the big one. This is a big playoff matchup right here, boys.
3 MVP candidates out there.
Out who is who? Miami Dolphins at Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, sir. See this one of the games.
You go first.
I think the Ravens up, so the Ravens not really. They back not really against that wall. They can afford to lose the game.
Straight up.
Dolphins like, all right, we can't keep on. I'm gonna go Dolphins on the road. They're gonna go steal one on the road. They're gonna get 2 back-to-back wins. You know what I'm saying? They hitting their stride going up into them playoffs. And I ain't saying the Ravens is not, but the Ravens, they got leg room. They could lose and still be in first place, I believe. So I'm telling you, it's a motivation driven league. You know what I'm saying? When it's like all week, okay, we got to do this. That's what the vibe gonna be like all week. But then when it's that laid back, we in first place. If we lose, we still in first place. A professional team will come pop you. You know what I'm saying? So especially a team like the Dolphins. So I'm gonna take the Dolphins on the road. The trip ain't no West Coast trip. They going straight up. You know what I'm saying? Not too far to travel. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. They're gonna go get a nice roll, man.
I got the Ravens.
Okay, go ahead, Brandon.
And the reason why I say that is because I feel like that team's playing for Lamar's MVP. Despite his stats, despite of what's going on here, I feel like they're really rolling. They really believe they got that number one defense. They lead the league in sacks. I feel like Tua does have muddy feet outside of Reed too when he goes to 3 and 4, and I feel like they might get to him. Isn't Connor Williams out there starting center of an ACL, who Bernard does train, right? So they're having to rely on some backups. You got a Giddey, Jalen Waddle, and you also have to rely on Tyreek Hill, who still has that ankle injury as well. I think the Ravens could possibly, maximize their opportunity and win it. The Dolphins have only beat one good team over 500 this year. Only one. But hey, any given Sunday, man. Any given Sunday. Like Keith said, it's motivation behind it, right? So maybe they're pissed off that they're not getting the respect that they deserve. So maybe they come in like, hey, we got to win this. This is the statement game. Like Colin Cowherd, I guess he said some BS about him last. What have you done? You haven't won a playoff game in 20 years.
Yeah.
So that's adding fuel to the fire. So I can see an upset happening. Wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I wouldn't call it an upset. They probably the favorite. The Ravens probably gonna be the favorite at home.
Yeah.
So it'd be an upset if the Dolphins won. But the Dolphins offense is basically the Niners offense, right? So the Dolphins got a chance to see how the Ravens gonna play against this offense.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So the Dolphins got a chance to see that, so they'll be the counter
2-time, yeah.
right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The Ravens gonna come out and do something similar that y'all did against the Niners.
Straight up.
It worked. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be real similar game plan. So the Dolphins will be doing the counter punching. That's gonna play a big part too. The next time they play is gonna be a totally different story.
Sure.
But the Ravens not gonna really change that game plan because it was successful.
No. They do what they do best.
I think everybody else talked up this past week as the biggest game in the season for the Baltimore Ravens. And I think that was just more for the fans' sake. Because all season long, it was like the 49ers the best on this side, Baltimore Ravens are the best on this side. But I think this game was always going to be a bigger game, especially now that the Dolphins won.
There's so much at stake.
But they're only down one game.
It's so much
at
stake.
if they go beat the Ravens, they are the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they own the head-to-head. So I think this is a huge game for the Baltimore Ravens, and I think it's very difficult to win in Baltimore. I'm gonna roll with Lamar on this one, big Lamar on this. I think they
I thought the Ravens I thought they could lose this game and they'd still be in first place.
Mm-hmm. No,
it's closer.
If they lose this game, first place goes to Miami.
So the Dolphins got 4 losses right now.
Correct.
Okay. So then that'll get a Ravens 4 losses and they have a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and then they're on the head-to-head.
That kind of changed my pick, but
you want to keep that upset? You might beat us with these upset picks. We'll see.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
I've got the Dolphins as well. I've got the Dolphins winning this game because I feel like, Akeem, you can attest to this. Sometimes there's a hangover after a big win, right? You travel across the country, you win a huge game, a Super Bowl. Physical game. You're beat up a little bit. You got to come home. I looked at the weather. It's going to be 43 degrees Sunday afternoon, nice and clear, a little bit chillier in the nighttime. So it's a good thing for them. It's an earlier game. I think that plays into Miami's favor. I think Miami comes in and gets the upset.
That would shake a lot of shit up.
And I agree with what you're saying, but I think Miami considered the Cowboy game a big game too. So I think they could easily be coming off that high as well. That's the only thing.
Because they finally beat a team over 500.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What's the motivation there? Do they want to get Tyreek Hill the MVP?
BG says Waddle has a high ankle sprain.
They want that first seed.
Hell yeah, it goes through Miami, warm weather.
They want that number 1 seed, so they don't have to go to Baltimore and play in the playoffs.
Did you hear? BG says Waddle has a high ankle sprain. That could.
Is he questionable or out?
If you high ankle sprain, man,
damn,
they be playing with
you're not the same Waddle.
Reports right now too, man. Hey,
Yeah.
if you got a real high ankle sprain, your ass down 4 weeks, bro. Ain't nobody
real.
playing with no real high ankle sprain. Bro.
Yeah,
So
for
that
real.
could change things.
Well, I think
Yeah,
the
that
biggest thing
definitely
about
could
the
change
Miami
things.
Dolphins is if you want to go beat the Ravens, you're gonna have to be able to run the ball. That's when Miami is at their best, when they're running the ball all over the field like they did early in the season. And
Rasheed
you're just not
Mostert
doing
has
that.
22
You're not doing that
touchdowns
against
rushing.
Baltimore in Baltimore.
That's my other
honestly.
fantasy running back.
Man.
They didn't
Good
run the
one.
ball very well
Mostert and
against
Kyler.
Dallas and still won the game.
Man.
So
Devin A-Chain missed the whole season and still top 15. Crazy.
Them boys,
okay.
Crazy.
they
Let's keep
stick
it
to
rolling.
what they
Tennessee
do.
Titans. Division game here. Tennessee Titans at Houston. I don't even know if CJ Stroud
Is
has been
CJ
cleared
back?
yet.
Yeah, I think CJ is on. He due to come back. I think he due to come back. So
I got Houston.
CJ be there. I'm riding with Houston.
Yeah, I'm
They
riding with
trying to go
Houston
get
if
the
they
division.
win. Yeah, if he's in.
I got Houston. They're gonna handle business. That loss, I think that loss was a reality check right there.
Mhm.
And if they can win a couple of games, I think they can seize this division over the next 2 weeks. But it's gonna take them winning this one first. I got the Texans in this one. It should be another good game here. I don't know if I should call it a playoff game, but it should be a good matchup to say the least. Pittsburgh Steelers at Seattle.
You know, I feel really bad for Mike Tomlin. I really do. Think he's a great coach. Think he might end up in New England next year. I think would be an awesome spot if they decide to move him out of Pittsburgh. I don't think they should, but I got to go the other way here and say Seattle wins this game at the 3:00 game in Seattle, the 12th man, and I think they're the better team. Gino's
I
going to
think
ball
Seattle's
out.
got more. Yeah, I think Seattle's going to win that. No question. I
Yeah,
think.
Seattle fighting for that playoff spot.
Yep.
And then I don't like the West Coast trip. You know what I'm saying? Coast to coast trip, that always play a part in who I pick. So coast to coast, man, is equal to L to me.
Man,
Except when the Niners play Philly.
I've been
Ow!
down on both of these
It happened
teams.
every once in a while.
I've been real down on both these teams over the last couple of weeks. But both teams had pretty big wins. The one thing about the Seattle win was it was against the lowly Tennessee Titans, and they struggled. You know what I mean? Like they had to fight. They had to dig out of it. They shouldn't have won that game. And I feel like if they had that same game against this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they're not winning that game. I just like the fact that I think they might be settled at quarterback at least till the end of the season. I think Mason Rudolph was actually the best quarterback on the roster, and he showed that. I got Mason Rudolph beating the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
Ooh, West Coast trip with it coming back with a dub.
I like it.
Okay.
A nice 5-hour flight back, huh?
I like it. Oh man, lit, huh?
Chargers.
You go to when you had that 5-hour trip and you win, hey, that's a great flight back, man.
Great flight. Huh?
That's a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, that's a nice fun fly back when you win on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Here's our snoozer. So just in case you did want to catch a nap during any of these football games, I think this is going to be the one to do so. You got the LA Chargers at Denver. Jarrett Stidham game.
Man, BG's going to hate me for this, but I wish that the NFL would just cancel this game or at least black it out so it's not even an option for us to watch it on TV because it's like a
put it on Peacock.
Point. But
don't waste my words.
I don't know.
I'm
going to close my eyes and point, and it says Denver's going to win. There we go.
I got Denver. I got Denver winning this one. I think Stidham does a great job of coming in because most of these quarterbacks that do come in that are backups, they perform very well in their first game, aka Mason Rudolph, because they don't have enough film. Josh Dobbs. Who else? There's a few of them. Jake Browning. I mean, but when he came in, what did he do? Joe Flacco. Like, you don't have enough tape on him. So the unknown, right? What can they do? Right? They're going to go to preseason, and Sean Payton's going to open up the floodgates. I think it's going to be a party in Denver. And I think it's going to be controversial.
When it's a trash can bowl like that, and I just always take the home team, man.
Yep.
Trash can.
Fans will get the Broncos over the top.
Man, I do like the way the Chargers fought for a little bit of this last game. They tried. It was actually one of the better performances I've seen them have. The Bills should have blew them out by 20. You know what I mean? But them boys stuck in that game all game. They fought hard. And I don't like the direction of Denver Broncos. I'm leaning towards the Chargers, but I'm actually a Jarrett Stidham fan, so I'm going to go ahead and ride with Denver Broncos on this one. But it should be pretty close and boring. Cincinnati at Kansas City. Both teams coming off of some ugly losses. Who y'all got?
Both teams need to win.
Chiefs.
But the Chiefs. Chiefs
Here's
will
where
win.
Pat Mahomes shows
They need
us who he really is.
This is when
I
they
think
have to
this is
start
the
getting hot. if
game
they
he just
wanna-
totally dominates.
And we forget that he's had a.
He's like, not so fast, right? I'm gonna play spoiler, right? They'll figure it out.
Chiefs will win
Definitely the
that game.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs by a lot. I mean, there's no reason why the Cincinnati Bengals they were one of the hottest teams in the NFL,
Right.
and they made the Pittsburgh Steelers look crazy. That was insane. George Pickens had his best game. Mason Rudolph came off of the couch and was balling against them. This is the Mahomes comeback game. They're going to beat them a lot to a little.
Especially if Jamar Chase don't play. Yeah, with that separated
Oh.
shoulder.
Yeah,
Jamar
Jamar's
out
got-
again, it's really gonna get ugly.
It's hard to play with
That's
an AC
about-
joint separation.
No.
Good luck.
That's about 2 weeks as far
got
as like
two
you,
of them.
but you can go play now, but it's going to hurt.
But you can't. You don't have any mobility in your arm, and everything hurts, man. I don't know if you've ever. I've separated
I
both
have.
AC joints, and it's not the same as the separated shoulder. It's much worse. It's much worse.
Yeah, it's the falling because you can't fall on it.
No.
You damn near can't fall down like this. You can't put your hand down. You can't fall. It make you fall. So, and as a receiver, you got to be able to touch that ground.
It hurts to run. It hurts to breathe. No,
It does.
he shouldn't play.
Yeah, KC.
Yeah.
To end it off, our Sunday night game. No Monday night. This
Oh my
weekend.
God. Why, Stefan?
Because we got college playoffs. That's why.
Time. Green Bay at Minnesota.
This game doesn't even need to be on TV either. Honestly, they should flag this thing right up out of here. Because
Packers.
this game is useless, but the Packers will win because the Vikings just don't have anybody left. Like they're literally picking guys from the stadium to play that day because everyone's hurt.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Packers.
Man, one of our followers said, "Man, best show to date." So, kudos to all those guys doing our thing, man.
Yep.
It's awesome.
There
Man,
we go.
We had over like 300 comments in this thing,
Man,
and I'm
Akeem,
just
we
trying to like
appreciate you coming
scroll
out
and
with
just.
before you
We
get
hope
there,
that you can,
what are you gonna
visit
do?
us
You gonna break my
QB
heart or
Huddle
what?
Yes.
Who's winning the game?
Packers, duh.
Okay, look, y'all quit playing with this defense. Y'all quit playing with Brian Flores like that. You know what I'm saying? All
Flo,
the
that's
offensive
my
players
guy.
can get hurt, but guess what? The Packers still gotta score, and they don't have no receivers. They hold just like we're hurt. Everybody on their wide receiving core is hurt.
Jeez.
Every last one of them. All 5 of them are hurt. They have an injury tag on them. And if you go against Brian Flores, we gonna hit you.
Man.
But y'all know how I do on this show. Packers by 10.
There you go. All this is in-
He's been picking the opposite the whole year. You may want to switch that because you've been losing lately.
Hey,
That's right.
You're right. And I need to stop. But hey, Akeem, just like they said, man, I don't know if you've been tapped in with us, but look, this was fun. This is a very fun episode. It's a very interesting perspective because you're not just a couch coach like us. You are great and you need to be acknowledged as such.
That's
so
right.
thank you for coming here, dog.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all, man. I had a blast, man.
Yes,
Hopefully my
yes.
picks right, man.
Yes. And we're gonna
Yeah.
tap back in on the picks. We're gonna let you know.
For sure. Let me
Yeah,
know.
Right or wrong.
absolutely.
We'll talk
Hope to
about
get you in
We're gonna
playoffs,
have
man.
you
Hope to
tap-
get you in playoff talk.
Yeah. Invite me back on, man. I'll
Let's get
definitely
it.
come back on. I had a good time.
We're gonna have you tap in with our QB huddle one night, perspective on different quarterbacks from one of the best DBs to ever play the game. So we definitely want to have that discussion as
sure.
well.
For sure, man.
Love that. Thanks for
But
joining
yeah,
us,
man. We
man. It
would
was-
love to have
it
you
was a lot of fun.
guys again. Hey, tap in. Follow
See you on
us
the golf
at
course.
the Couch Coach Club. We're gonna do this every week. This live thing is pretty dope. I want y'all to talk to us more. If you see me in the streets, tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm great, or tell me if I need to be the new coach of the Patriots when Bill is gone. Without further ado, Mark, where that theme music, my boy? We out
We
here.
ain't got none. We're live. Dun dun dun.
No theme music.
Dun,
All right,
Yeah.
y'all.
Appreciate you, Keith, man.